We should come up with an intro.
Yeah, we if we knew anybody who could like make an animation for us, it would be.
If there were seven of us, we would do Gilligan's Island, but we're short.
Hey, who you calling short?
Especially
So anyway,
we're
greetings
running.
and salutations for those out there who are actually with us. Uh, we are Roll Hit Die, and we are presenting today Dungeons with Veterans. A little tweak on the name, but I am Dan Latham. I am the dungeon master for this game as well as the GUI Cube game. And we're going to run some more of our game that's a little homebrew that just kind of pulled from my mind. So if it gets a little weird, then you know where it come from. Before we go any further, Roll 20 app, is where the maps and all the miniatures and stuff my players to see, as well as what you can see on the camera or on the screen in front of you. Any sound effects we do, I've not been using it, but Sirenscape is usually where I get those from if I don't like butcher the sounds of my own mouth. And let's see, of course, all our GUI rewards and some of our GUI items and some of the other things that may be incorporated into this game are brought to you by the fine people at GUI Cube. Now, with GUI Cube, there's an announcement on that. This coming Friday at 7 o'clock on our Red Star Rising campaign, we're going to have a special guest. The gentleman who is behind the GUI Cube franchise himself, Kim, also known to most people out there as Alphinius Goo, will be joining us as a played character, guest character on next week's episode. There may be prizes. We'll see. So, players, do me a favor. Starting with Surge, introduce yourselves and work your way down.
My name is Curtis Ross. I am playing the Shifter Druid, Circle
We're
of the
showing
Moon.
this offline, by the way.
Mine's live.
I'm live.
I don't know.
So yeah, Circle of the Moon, Shifter Druid.
We
Wild Hunt, if that matters. Up next would be Rock.
That's me. Oh,
I think so.
I'm Prince Neufeld. I'm a retired Air Force reservist, and I've got a ranger. He's a U.S. Ranger, and he's actually a reskinned warlock as a World War II soldier. Somehow in this land.
Somehow. You know how.
Yep. And then after me,
Corporal Punishment.
I am Corporal Punishment. I am Christy, former Army Navy, and I play a Paladin Tiefling, and I have a pet.
Following that is Brother May I.
Well, hello there. I am Marcus Scott. I will be playing Brother May I, the friendly cleric warlock mixture. I'm former Air Force, and I like long walks on short piers, and
And
yeah, that's
and your
about
tea.
it.
Don't forget your tea. You like your tea.
Since we can't sponsor unless they want to, it's tea.
okay. Tea.
And last, but
See, read the ingredients.
It's a tea bottle for sure.
I have a water bottle for my
I
water,
am.
so we can do bottles all day long.
I mean, I got this. I was eating.
No, I was referring to.
So
I am Todd Meekum. I am playing a monk barbarian rogue, former Air Force, and now I'm just a hobbyist in the military.
Do all your other hobbyists enjoy that moniker?
Hey, we're weekend warriors, hobbyists, guard. I mean, whatever you want to call us, right?
All right, so let's see. It's not 9 o'clock yet. What? Oh yeah, never mind. It's 9 o'clock somewhere.
Middle of the ocean right now.
Yeah,
actually.
but when we're doing Twitch and people say it's not 9 o'clock yet, I'm like, are we going by your clock or my clock? because it's going to be 9 o'clock in a couple hours my time, but it's going to be longer for some of you guys. And I'm sure if we had any overseas people watching us right now, it'd be even further out. Which, let's see, we do have a few, let's see what faces we have currently. We have Galanet, of course, Half Monk Curtis, Mishiori, and looks like Lunatic Dungeon Master is on, and I'm sure we'll get some more later on. So, let's see, without further ado, shall we continue? Who, for the GUI reward for tonight, would like to give a recap of last week's show? Don't y'all raise your hands at once.
Well, hell, I reckon I'll do it.
Right.
See, what happened was, after we got done killing the Kraken and all that jazz, we decided to raise a boat. And in raising the boat, we had to fix it. So, 2 people went to go search some shed or look for tools while Brother May I and Ducks did some repairs and stuff down below. We fought some sharks. They fought some will-o-wisps. We gathered back at the cavern, had a celebratory drink, and then we all passed out except for Ducks.
And I don't think corporal punishment was involved in the drink either.
She was keeping an eye.
No, I'm keeping guard.
Eye in the sky.
Yeah.
So,
And then found a sunken chest.
Yes. That had nothing in it.
A potion of intellect. No, it's a
Okay.
potion of detect thoughts or read thoughts or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same as the
yeah.
scroll we got last time.
The same thing that we can actually use now. Still one use.
Yep. And I didn't know that we had a whole bunch of other shenanigans with Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
shenanigans with ducks.
Yeah. But we finished.
Ducks.
Changed his name to Nemo for a little while.
We finished fixing the pit ship. We drained the water. We let the water flow back in. It raised the ship, but then we ran the ship aground.
We ran it onto the beach so we can finish repairs, of course.
you guys real good at that seamanship.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally what we intended
Give
to
me a
do.
D20.
And then I have a note here that we had dreams.
Maybe.
Wow.
The
Vivid.
content of the dreams was to be disclosed this session.
Let's give me a D20 roll there, Brother May I.
Oh, if I must.
You don't have to. You don't have to collect a GUI reward.
Magic item. Oop.
Anything in particular you're hoping for?
Potion of detect thoughts.
Seeing as how we're doing GUI rewards and not GUI items or DM items, then you're not going to get that.
Okay.
You already have one.
Advantage on reading someone's thoughts.
Oh, you get advantage on that ability check.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are sitting there. You're all, not all. 4 or 5 of you did take a celebratory drink, but one of you made a save, so wasn't really affected by any of the contents that was in the glass. As he looks up, W. Ducks looks up and sees that everybody else who drank is unconscious with their heads against the table.
We went to La La Land.
So,
Bunch of lightweights, yeah.
first up, Surge. You're in a dark place. Give me a perception check. I mean, this is pitch black.
Okay. $22.
Okay. You can hear crickets, birds chirping. You can smell the fresh green from, the wilderness in the air. The smell of wood, pine. The smell of grass, dirt. You can feel that you're sitting what could be a field, but you can't see the blades of grass in front of you. And then all around you, you see pinpoints of light pop up. And there's like 2 floating over here, They're just like they're in pairs, floating in the darkness. And they get bigger and closer, and you notice they're not in pairs, they're eyes looking at you. You can see the slit of a dragon eye. You can see, you want to say it's an owl? Owl, eyes of an owl. You're pretty good with animals, you being a druid and all. There's an avian eyes, wolf eyes, lizard eyes. Just pairs of them just moving towards you in this pitch blackness. And they stop. You gauge in this darkness probably 15 feet away from you. And then you feel heat behind you as this blue glowing light starts to... You start to catch it out of the corner of your eyes. What are you doing?
I'm watching everything, looking at it, and then I feel that behind me. I'm gonna turn around and look at it.
Standing behind you, not 5 feet away from you, stands this, in your point of view, massive horse, just thick of limb. But the difference is it's got blue flaming eyes, blue flames coming off the hooves.
Are you in Denver's airport?
You've heard of creatures like this before, but they don't usually have the blue flame look to them.
I'm gonna reach out my hand, and I'm gonna slowly approach the horse.
Why are you here?
Well, that's a awful curious question. I don't exactly know why I'm here.
How did you get to this grove?
Well, last thing I can remember is we spent some time at another grove and spent some time concentrating there. And then after that, we came back to the town we were tasked with helping. And after dealing with some undead creatures, we all had a celebratory drink, and I think that may be how I got here. I may have passed out due to that. But I don't know how I got here, per se.
Stand and be tested. You stand up?
Yeah.
The horse rears on its hind legs and comes as soon as its forelegs slam to the ground. All the ground around you erupts in this blue flame. You're in the middle of it, but it's not burning you. You do get a bit of a cold feel from it, but you're not getting any pain from it. And with that, you're able to see what's hiding in the shadows. The eyes of an owl, but the body of a bear. The eyes of an avian, but the body of a lion. A winter wolf, huge, white. Well, the eyes of a lizard. You recognize this. You've fought one before, if I'm not mistaken, a basilisk. And last but not least, the other eyes that you noticed or recognize as being dragon are those of a young blue dragon. No bigger than a horse. And they're all just sitting there staring at you. And as the flames grow, like I said, you start to feel a little colder. No pain, just a little colder. And they start to die down. You've been tested and found good. Are you good? Do you see
I'd like to think
yourself
so.
as good?
I like to think so. I like to think that I help those who need it.
Then I will give you a gift. A boon, if you will. We'll be there when you need us. All you have to do is call on us. And with that, it looks like all the creatures that are around you, that flame fires up one more time, and this time it is ice cold. Just barely to the point of, you know, if it was real, you would swear you were getting frostbite. And they all run straight towards the flame and disappear just as the flame touches them. The flames swirl, and instead of going down, they appear to go in, as if you're sucking the flames in yourself. Everything goes black. You groggily wake up with splinters in your face, and something sticky on your nose. You're back where you started.
Okay.
Sergeant Rock.
I found out that I have aspect of the moon. I forgot about that.
Well,
So I can't be forced to sleep. So I may not have wound up having dreams. I may be sitting there with ducks going, those guys are having a pretty restless
you're out.
dream.
You're
Ooh.
unconscious. Matter of fact, the first thing you hear is gunfire. And there's a guy off to the side screaming at you to get your ass off the boat and get up that beach.
Oh, that. Well, I'll do what I did in my previous life. I get on that beach. That water is cold.
And just like before, you hear the same phrase. You pukes want to live forever?
Kind of do.
Well, now, you remember this scene. It played out in your mind a lot since you've been brought to this new place. This is the day you die. Or at least the day you showed up here. However that's, however that really works. So you're running up the beach and you're taking fire, you're shooting back, and just that moment before you remember waking up in some weird room, time stops. And when it stops, you look directly in front of you, and there is a round stopped right here. What are you doing?
Goddamn Germans. This time I duck.
The time still stays. Nothing moves.
Well, I make sure that I'm on the other side of that round, not in front of it. I look around for other rounds, make sure I'm not in front of anything that's going to hurt.
All right, give me a perception check.
This is my first priority. Perception. I'm not paying much attention.
Nope. So,
I'm tired and drunk.
not in the dream. So you're on the beach. You see a frozen moment in time. You see some of your compatriots got bullet holes. You see the blood flying out the back. You see mortar shots just hit the ground but haven't quite exploded yet. Is there anything?
Let's see if I have enough time to go. And number one, I'm going to find the machine gunner that was shooting at us from the top of the cliff. I'm going to push him off.
All right. So you take your time to go climb the top of the cliff?
Yeah.
Give me an athletics. All right, so you make your way to the top, and you see
That's what
you
I
can
was
see
thinking.
where the machine gunner was at, and it seemed easier to climb than you thought. That you remember any climbs you've ever made before. It's almost like that's where you wanted to be, so you got up there easy.
Oh, who's got there? Yeah, these guys are going to stop killing my friends. So, yeah, I throw the machine gun off.
All right, you take it and you throw it, and as you let go of it, stops right there in midair.
Well, I know when time starts again, it will plummet down to the beach. I probably hit one of my buddies in the head.
What are you doing here, soldier?
Who's asking?
Turn around, and there's a tall fella, old in appearance, but he's wearing a different military uniform than what you're used to seeing. Matter of fact, you've probably seen, since you came to this time, you've seen some semblances of this new uniform. He's straight-laced, camos, got 3 stars on his lapel. Why are you here, soldier?
Oh, I move attention and salute. Wait for him to return the salute.
Now explain yourself. Why are you here?
Okay, that could be 2 answers to that, sir. But number one, I was sent here to help the U.S. Army invade Nazi Germany and take out the Third Reich. Although there was an interrupt in that, and I wound up either in a different world or a different time. And I haven't really figured that out yet. But in that world, trying to take out a different kind of Nazi regime.
A Nazi regime in a new world.
Or maybe a new time, General. Can I ask, sir, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm here to see you, son. You have a new mission. You're following a former soldier yourself. Actually, a former general.
That the fella that's a lich?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I got a saying now. Liquid gets stitches. I'm going to track that guy down. We're going to stop him from doing
He knows you're coming. I believe he's the one that chose you. Yes, he is from my time, which is after yours.
All right, that answers all the questions.
Yes, I need you and your friends to track him down, but you can't do it on your own. You will need help. And
If you got some good intel for me, that would be
I have
fine.
something better for you than intel, my boy. If I can find it, I will tell you what it is. I will grant you a boon in your adventures. There's no way I can bring you home. You're where you're going to be for now. But you can at least correct some of the mistakes that the past has made. So I'm charging you with this. Do you understand that, Sergeant?
I'll do my best, sir. Always said.
I need your best. I need your team's best.
Got some good guys on there. Yeah, some weasels too, but I'll try to keep them in order, sir.
Well then, Sergeant, get to it. And with that, things start to fade. But not before he walks over and pins what could only be a medal to your chest. You don't recognize the design, but as soon as it's pinned to your chest, it disappears. And you feel a surge of energy start in your chest right where the medal was at. And we'll go over what you get for that later. But you wake up and you're not face down on the table. You're actually sitting in the chair almost as if you were standing at attention, but in a seated position. You wake up and you see Surge like wiping something sticky off his face.
Gentlemen, we have a mission the same mission, but we got to execute it well.
Brother, may I?
Yes.
You're in the keep. Actually, no. You're at home. You're sitting in your favorite chair in front of your fireplace. You hear the children playing in the other room. Your wife comes up, puts her hand on your shoulder.
Hey,
Why are
hon.
you here? You're not supposed to be here yet.
Well, what do you mean yet?
Well, you're not supposed to join me for at least a few more years.
Oh,
You're not still upset with me for leaving you so soon, are you?
I'm not blaming you. It'd be absurd.
You're not blaming
Do that.
yourself, are you?
I did for some time. I will admit, I lost my way. I found myself found several bottles. Sorry, had dog aggro. Myself found several bottles for the past few years, but I found them.
What do you plan on doing?
Bringing him home safe. I couldn't do that for you.
Please don't worry about me. I'm fine. You, on the other hand, are not. You and your friends are on a path that's very dangerous. There's a great evil in the world, and I'm sure you've already dealt with some of it. But you can't do that by yourself, and they can't do it without you.
But if I do it by myself, means I get to be quicker to get to you.
At what cost?
What do I have left out there?
Our son. Your new son. All those innocent people out there who will be swept away if this evil continues. You can speak like that all you want. I know you better than that. You're gruff and you've been angry, but you still care for the people out there. If you didn't, you would have taken your own life a long time ago.
Let's see, I'm more of a coward than you remember.
Really, how many times have you died and still kept going?
That's another point.
The fates are speaking.
Would you two knock it off? Go lay down and knock it off.
But Daddy, I want attention. It's the children in the background.
You need to do something with our kids, okay? I'm trying to sit
I love
here,
it.
enjoy my
When they
drink.
act up, they're mine.
Like-
When they behave, they're yours.
Well, you were the wild child growing up, not me.
Your friends cannot defeat the evil on their own. They will need your help. And you will need help as well.
What can you tell me of this evil?
That is from another time. One of your party already knows that.
Another. I take it you're talking about the strange talking warlock?
Yes, I am referring to your strange talking warlock friend.
Do you have a translator that I can maybe understand?
Unfortunately, it's not a translator I can share with you. But you'll learn his ways. If if you haven't already learned most. But like I said, I will be here waiting when your time has come. But if you come to me sooner than your time allows, I can't guarantee I'll be here.
I can't guarantee my safety, but me and the old Reaper, we got ourselves a little deal.
She kisses you on the forehead,
Mm-hmm.
and it's warm. You close your eyes because you haven't felt that, in a long time. And when you open your eyes, you're looking at Sergeant Rock.
Did you just kiss me?
You're looking for a kiss at the end of a wet fist, pal.
So, let's see. Where are we at on our numbers? Alright, so you guys wake up from your nice little dreams. I will let you know exactly what your boons will be privately. So I'll send you a message here in a little bit on those. So, wakey wakey, you're at the table.
How long were they out?
It seemed like an hour to an hour and a half.
Oh.
Oh,
I can't hold your liquor very well. Or was
it's
this
a
one?
little more potent than I remember it being, but that's all right.
Plus, you gotta understand, I've been dry for how many months now?
Oh, and I've
Is there
been
anything
drinking
on my
like a
nose?
fish, have I?
Yeah, it's called a face.
Yeah, it looks like you blew a
Ah.
seal.
Well, I'd prefer not to.
I think it's a druid thing.
But yeah, you
I really don't think
give me a
so.
perception check. Nope,
All of
just
us?
the one who's got something sticky on his face.
Okay.
Determine what he got.
All right. It's from the meal you just had. Your face landed in part of the plate, knocked over some of the juices from the food, and you got it all over your face.
This lumpy oatmeal. Don't worry about it.
That's better than blowing a seal, I guess.
I think he meant kind of like a gasket.
A gasket.
What's that?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Tell you all about it someday.
All right.
It was one of those briefs that
Sure.
he gave us a while back about seals and gaskets and whatnot.
Okay, so as you're standing there watching, Brother May reaches over, grabs the bottle, and starts to turn it up.
Hang on.
Starts to drink.
Which bottle?
I take it from him. Sleight of
The
hand.
one that you all
Yeah,
already
that's
drank
where
from.
I'm the wagon.
I put that away once I poured them. I poured them all, and then I put it away, and then we had them.
Okay.
Because I
Well, I
knew that
sleight
this
of
stuff was
handed the-
potent, and I didn't
sleight
want
of
it
handed
going
that
bad.
bottle really well.
But then we were out for a while, and he could easily have unconsciously, sleep drinking, walked over there. The only observer would be a weird bear who'd be going, I don't know what he's doing.
Nope. So the bottle's not
I
on the
mean,
table.
where were we at the
bottle's
table?
not on the table, but they are sitting at the table.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, did any of you guys have a dream about, some kind of higher authority advancing our mission?
No.
My wife can't get higher than that, I guess.
Yeah, I
No,
got
I'm-
enough briefing, and we got to take out that lich, just like I said.
I mean, I met some friends. That's about all that happened with me. I don't know anything about.
They all sound kind of
Wife?
crazy.
Yeah.
It must have been some lucid dreams.
Huh.
So, Maya, you thought your wife? So you were probably getting laid and not having anything to do with higher authority. Whatever. All right, well, I got the word.
Like
from
I said, it was my wife. I can't get any higher authority than that. If you were married, you'd understand.
General says we got to take this foe out, just like we planned. but he says it's going to be tough.
Who is General?
Oh, I didn't get his name. Well, I probably would look right at his name tag. I'm trying.
Yeah, but
right?
in the dream you couldn't read anything. Words and
You know how dreams are. You can't read
words
any
and
text.
letters are like you can't see them in dreams.
Well, I connect dots in my own little imagination. I go, it was General Goddamn Bradley in person.
Who's Bradley? What is he talking about?
He said, we got to stop fucking around and get on that stick here. We got to go kill that guy.
With a stick?
Yeah, my boomstick. I raise up my rifle. I'm
That's
going
a
to need your help.
staff.
Got to stick together. We got to get it done.
Okay. But could you at least speak common to us? I mean, I don't understand half the gibberish you say.
I mean, all the words are common, but they're
Your
rephrased
mouth
real
is moving,
differently.
but all I hear is blah blah blah.
All right. I guess we are going to be getting some briefings in the future here. Might detail some linguistics. How's that sound? You guys are
All
making-
right.
You're gonna teach us your weird language?
Yeah. When we're down here, you're going to be able to say 23 skidoo like you knew what it meant.
Okay.
I still don't understand why you're putting the adverb after the noun.
That's a thing?
Yeah, we'll diagram some
I think
sentences.
Brother May I is just talking like he knows what he's talking about.
Well, Dux, what did you see? Did you get in touch with any kind of higher authority during your dream?
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I've been sitting here watching y'all drool all over yourselves for the last hour.
Or did you drink?
Yeah. I drink.
Oh.
Y'all a bunch of lightweights. Can't handle your liquor.
Yes, only engages active intelligences. All right, that tells me a lot right there.
Well,
Run.
then it must not have been you because your intelligence definitely has not been active.
Yep. Corporal, what'd you see?
She's still flying around.
She didn't drink.
Unless you
Marcus.
messaged her.
Where's your
Yeah.
Skelly?
He's with the boat.
All right.
Yeah.
The beast boat.
Yeah,
So
he's
what
with the
was
boat.
all that about? You made a friend. I didn't know that your type could do that there, may I?
Sergeant
Ah.
Walker, would you do me a
Go ahead.
favor and look around the give me a perception check as you're looking around the room and having this discussion?
It's something new that my new pal has been able to grant.
So, Sergeant Locke, as you're all having this conversation, you see a woman walk up behind Surge. She puts her hand on his shoulder, whispers.
Before he, I guess I go, heads up, Surge. So he doesn't get surprised and jump out of the chair.
All right. So yeah, Surge. Someone walks up behind you, whispers in your ears. I guess you forgot how strong that stuff really is.
Yeah, I mean, I offered you some, but you didn't
It
want
wasn't
any.
my time. You all did all the work. I just stayed back here. So yes, you hear that voice come from that woman, but that's not the woman you remember seeing. This woman is
So
like
it's-
light gray in color, got white eyes, white hair.
But it sounds like
Sounds like
Melisande.
Melisande, yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Happy Halloween, Melisande.
We know
So
what your boon is.
what's the or does he only see that?
He's the only one that sees that. Everybody else sees Melisande in her red leathers. You see this creature in some plain old looking leather. You don't see red leather. You see like plain looking leather on her.
Oh. Huh. All right. Well, I'll go. Hey, Millicent. You're looking a little gray today. You feeling
I'm
okay?
feeling just fine. I believe maybe the question should be, are you feeling okay, darling?
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling okay. A little leery of your current appearance, but it seems like you changed a
My
bit.
current appearance. She looks at her hands.
Yeah.
No?
She's always been a redhead.
Is there something wrong with my current appearance, there, Sergeant Rock?
Yeah. So how come you're not a redhead now?
I currently am a redhead.
Well, I got to tell you, I kind of see things differently right now.
Sir,
Let me
how
check
much
that
did you put
bottle.
in his glass?
Are you telling me, Sergeant Rock, that you don't see this voluptuous redhead body standing in front of you right now?
Gray and white with plain armor.
She looks at you, Serge,
It looks
with
like
a
this. I do
with a raised eyebrow. And you,
minor
how-
illusion of what she looks
how
like to me
big?
now. Oh, it's just a little Barbie doll figure.
okay. There was a mug of ale sitting next to Serge, is now upside down on top of your image. Think we need to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Did
maybe.
you already have this conversation with him?
No,
So then,
I have
why does
not.
he know what I look like?
That's a good question. Maybe you should have had a drink.
Oh, damned. She looks around the room, and there's still several patrons. Sergeant Rock, if you all would care to follow me outside somewhere a little more private.
Oh, yes, ma'am. She get a little excited, even though he's not seeing her. He knows what she used to look like, and he thinks she still looks like that, and he's the one seeing something unusual. So he's hoping that maybe there'll be some kind of action here, and then he'll wake up and see
Maybe.
no.
Hope he doesn't be. Hope
I
he's
know
not one of the ones
what's
that
going
gets a
on,
broken jaw. So yeah, actually, there's a room upstairs that we have. So let's take this party upstairs, shall we?
That sounds perfect, Melisande.
Sergeant Rock, don't get too excited now. Serge, Brother May I guess, Demont, you care to join us? I'm sure it's important enough you'll need to know as well. If this is...
Sure, but what was that image you
Okay,
made,
that-
Rock?
He jumps
Roger.
off jumps off his chair and starts heading upstairs.
Alright, so once y'all get in the room,
Oh.
Melisande locks the door. She turns and looks at all of you, well, all that are present. Okay,
Start to get in a
So-
circle.
Serge knows, and apparently now Sergeant Rock has some inkling, maybe. And her hair starts to turn brown. Her eyes change from the green to a more of a blue. And her outfit turns from red leathers to a black gown.
But what does Sergeant Rock
The
see?
same thing that he saw downstairs.
It
Nothing
changes.
changed. I'm assuming, Sergeant Rock, that I still look the same as downstairs.
Yeah. I wish my vision would clear up. I like the other view better. But
And she chuckles.
yeah.
Yeah, Sergeant Rock. And all of a sudden, the hair goes white, the skin goes pale, her eyes turn white. And give me a history check or a basic intelligence check for Dux and May I.
Everyone mells on? Mells on everyone?
And Serge seems not the least bit surprised, and as he does, he introduces Melisande to everybody.
A little uncomfortable with all this, just like,
Now, you guys have heard of changelings before.
Mm-hmm.
You are looking at a changeling now. I don't normally share this secret with anybody. Surge knows because we've traveled for quite a long time. People tend to look at us a little differently if they know what we are. And I'm assuming Sergeant Rock doesn't understand what a changeling is.
I've remember tales when I was a kid about something called a changeling. They take children and swap them out, and take their place or something. The fairy tale.
Something similar. I can take on the appearance of anybody I wish. I've actually done so before in the past to keep our party safe. You, good sir, have developed the ability to see through that somehow. So to answer your question out of character, you now have what is called
Sight.
Witch Sight.
Your sight.
A witch sight.
It is
So I can tell which is which. Oh, I get
Witch
it.
Sight is actually a warlock invocation that you're not supposed to get for a few more levels. If to choose, you're getting it as not one of your invocations. You're getting it, period, as a boon kind of deal.
Bonus indication.
So what that does is you can see the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transmutation magic while the creature is within 30 feet of you and within line of sight. So I'm guessing the best way to put it is, once Melisande gets 30 feet out, she's going to look fine.
All right, I'll probably be inclined to stay about 30 feet away from one. Yeah, and he's going to ask, can you look like me?
Yeah, I can look like you. And everybody else is looking at two Sergeant Rocks in the room.
I still see her, and I'm, I get it. Darn it.
I think I can have a little fun with this, don't you think, Serge?
If you so choose, yeah, you sure can.
Still looks like Sergeant Rock. Sergeant Rock, all Sergeant Rock sees is the gray-skinned, white-haired woman.
Changeling, huh? All right, well. Congratulations, I guess. But, this could be handy for collecting intel, because I can see through other illusions and maybe shapeshifters. I don't know what all. But important source of intel. I'm going to call my new ability Intel Sight.
Intel Sight.
He's a lot more familiar with Intel than witches.
Intel.
Sounds like something that the Transformers would turn on. I activate Intel Sight.
All right. So now that my secret's out, what do y'all do?
Well, you've been running with Surge for a few years here, so I guess I'll have to trust you.
Yeah, we met quite a while back. So I trust her. I don't see any reason not to.
I've had stranger bedfellows, so meh.
Stranger than this, Sergeant Rock with tits.
What are you guys doing?
Now I'm confused.
And I don't care.
Now she goes back.
Serge, can I have that one again?
She goes back.
No, that's just for special
she goes back to
occasions.
the form you guys are used to seeing.
Am I still missing out?
Oh, this is just great. Now we can do all this fun stuff, and Sergeant Rock, he's just going to be clueless. You make fun of him all day.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Also,
Melisande, do another.
I see through transmutation magic too. So when the weird hobbit turns into a bear, I'm just going to see a weird hobbit.
That's not a transmutation
It's
magic,
a
is
shape
it?
change. You'll see your original form.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you'll
just
just
from any
see
shape
me, a hobbit, kicking the crap out of
Pretty
people,
much.
and you'll wonder what
Yeah.
the heck's going on.
You ought to.
Yeah.
Now, would that be the same as wild shape?
You'll see this weird
More
hobbit
likely,
floating
anything
like
with shape change, you'll
a
see
foot in
its
the
true
air.
form, which would be whatever the base person's for. So yeah, it'll be like Surge doing this.
You'll see me
Yep.
floating like a foot in the air. Walking around.
He'll swipe at a person and a foot away. The person goes, ah!
It's gonna
Gonna be
take.
This is gonna be great.
A bad action movie.
Yep. Yeah, Buster
This
Crab
is the
made
time.
this thing.
This is the part where you fall down. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh. It's like those bad kung fu flicks.
Yep.
Oh wow, this is gonna be fun.
Okay. I need to check on you.
Tech thoughts.
Do you drink potion?
No,
Okay, because that would be so much fun.
I was just.
All right.
How am I going to kill these three?
So, let me kill these people before they let my secret out.
Modify memory.
Detect thoughts, and you would have caught all that shit that Sarge was thinking about. Oh man, I might get lucky with Melisande. If she just would look like she normally does.
Yeah, yeah. I was not lucky anymore.
Let's see, what else we're looking for.
You feel free to modify my memory because I don't want to see Sergeant Rock with tits. Okay, that's burned in there.
Cannot be unseen.
I need a coat hanger to fish this memory out.
Is it? Okay. Sergeant Rock's hairy chest.
Yeah. Look around, you guys going, why?
What is going on?
Yep, because you not see.
So we're still in the
you're
tavern?
upstairs in the room now.
Okay.
What am I? Oh, there it is.
And it's evening, I'm
Yes.
guessing, right?
Been a long day.
Well,
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
guess time
late.
for me to get off to bed.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good time to call it, I think.
Yep. Need a bivouac.
All right, so y'all gonna go to sleep? Anybody gonna go try to?
I'm gonna go. Or do we have rooms
Yes,
at the
there's
inn?
2 rooms that you guys can use. Not individual rooms
All right.
for everybody,
Gotta check on the kiddo.
and of course the one of the rooms has the unconscious kiddo in it.
Rock will stay up
Oh,
all
I'm
night.
not sleeping in that one.
He's gonna be pondering what he's learned. And he'll read his book of shadows too.
All right. What about corporal punishment? How long do you stay out there flying around?
Once night falls and everything looks calm still, I'll go ahead and go to the inn and get a rest.
All right. So you summoned your mount
The corporal
last week
comes
and told you,
Wow.
it was going to come up, and I described it to you then, didn't I?
Yeah, it looks
Yes.
different.
It's as if how to put it. It has the basic 4 legs of a horse instead of 6 as before. But when you cast a spell, the first thing you see coming up out of the ground, almost as if it's trying to grow out of the ground itself, is the horn. And then the head of the horse comes up and it's pitch black. And then when it finally comes up, it just looks like a black unicorn standing there.
Uh-oh. With no wings?
What do you do?
Crap. Wait, but she's already been flying around on it.
This is what happened prior, because she said while you guys were drinking, she was flying around after summoning it. So what do you do when you see this just black unicorn standing there, pawing at the ground?
I'm curious as to why that's what came up when I summoned it, and wondering if Bast is punishing me for some reason. Or maybe the paladins that gave me the corrupted Pegasus have changed their minds.
Or
Corrupt. Unicorn. That's far more corruption than a corrupt Pegasus.
So it's looking at you. Kind of tilts its head sideways because you've not approached it.
Are you here for me? You're not what I'm used to seeing when I summon something.
Can-
If you're here for me, come toward me.
Starts walking towards you.
Wonder why you showed up instead of my other run.
You do have a familiarity with it. It feels familiar, as if you. It's changed, but feels the same.
I guess no more flying around.
Can
Kind
you
of
say
sucks.
that out loud? Okay.
Yeah.
Unfurls its wings.
Oh.
Whoa. It's both the unicorn. It's basically just a pointy Pegasus.
And what happens is,
Or a unicorn with
which is
wings.
called an alicorn. For those out there who'd like to know.
You say an alicorn?
That's what they're called. What do we got going on now?
Very nice, very nice.
And of course, puts his wings back behind it as per usual, and you don't see them.
Well, why don't we get you over and get you something to eat? I'm gonna take a rest.
Well, I mean, after that's when you go and do your flying around for a while.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So when we come back from flying around, I'll attempt to find some apples and some hay to feed Alicorn.
Now, you know it's not necessary to feed it, but they'll still eat the food that you give it.
Oh yeah, I know. I just want it to feel special.
You're going to name it Al?
His name is
Fred.
Fred.
I don't know. Alicorn should be named.
No, that's what the chat decided on, that it would be named Fred.
Oh.
Speaking of chat, how many do we have in here? Well, I see 8 viewers, but only a few in chat. Alright, just checking. So, yeah, your alicorn apparently has come to you without being corrupted anymore. And that was...
I don't know why they sent me that, but it's interesting.
Alright, so you make your way back and you notice that the tavern is almost pretty much empty. Everybody has disappeared.
Yeah,
Rock's
just go up to my room and take a nap.
Alright.
Rock's there reading, and when you go in, he goes out. Says, all right, changing of the guard. I got the rest of the night. Get some sleep.
Thank you, Sergeant Rock. Been a long day.
Alright, so everybody gets the benefit of their long rest.
Does Rock see anything unusual in the night?
No.
He kind of scrolls around the building between reading his book and just kind of keep a watch.
Actually, I will say you do see something strange if you're outside walking around. Give me a perception check and we'll find out for certain.
This will help. I'll make sound effects as I hit the button. Nope, that didn't help at all. Well, it might have kept me from getting like a 4.
Well, I mean, let's see. It's helpful enough because what you see isn't trying to hide because it doesn't realize that, you know, things have changed. There's a person in all black perched on the very tip of the roof. And he's perched in a funny way. He's got his hands behind him like this. He's leaned forward and he's got his feet together. He's just kind of squatting on the edge of the roof there, looking around.
Just kind of leaned over. I ignore him. Go around the block. Is he still there when I
Yeah, he's
finish the circle
still
around the
there.
round block? Trying to sit to maintain the same pose?
He's maintaining the same pose, no problem.
What are you supposed to be, a gargoyle
Does
or
he
something?
preen?
Huh?
Does he preen?
Does he preen?
Yeah, does he pull up his wings and start
Periodically,
straightening out his feathers?
he does, yes.
Lift up his arm anyway and start straightening out his armpit.
Yeah,
Rock will make fun of him. What are you supposed to be, a gargoyle? That's all he does?
That's all he does.
All right, well, sleep when you get a chance. We're doing some
the whole time.
He goes pretty slow, so it takes him like a half an hour to go around the block because he's reading and then just kind of glancing around and reading.
All right.
Comes around.
Still sitting there.
Still there? All right, well, I'm going to be doing about 15 circuits around the building over the course of the night.
And all night long, it seems to be sitting right there on the corner of the building.
All right. Well, I talk to him each time I go by after that, making small talk like, World War II style.
It calls at you each time.
All right. The last few I see him and I just go, ka. But, yeah.
Sounds like you need to get ducks or surge out to see if they can talk to an animal.
Doesn't matter.
I want those guys to get their sleep. But yeah, when they get up in the morning, I'll go in over breakfast. I'll give them some briefing on some of the linguistics that they taught us to help us understand signs in French during the invasion and signs in German. So it's to help them understand some of the little language differences. And everybody gets 16 temporary hit points.
All right. But before the night's over with, you said you were going to go check on your boy.
Mm-hmm.
12 intelligence. What's the intel roll for?
If I understood anything Rock said.
Probably not. I mean, you understood the words, but you didn't quite catch the meaning. French?
Yeah.
What the fuck is French? So,
This Chris is 15 or 20. He's pretty good at giving briefings.
so as you're sitting there, what did you leave Skelly doing?
Just guarding the boat.
Guarding the boat?
Just, yeah, make sure nothing comes up and messes with the boat.
Okay.
I didn't think it'd be a grand idea to bring a undead back into the city. After just what happened.
Good point. Yeah.
Leave him by the boat that just came to shore.
All right, so
Well, no one should be out there
y'all
anyway,
get your
right?
long rest, you get your briefing. What are y'all doing?
Here's my performance check for my briefing, because every briefing is sort of a performance.
I'm gonna look for a carpenter in the town that can go out and do some shipwright stuff and try to help us
All right, so you
fix
give
the
me an
ship.
investigation check. Now your son doesn't move throughout the night. You're able to take care of him. The woman comes in periodically to take care of the baby, give you something to drink, make sure you're covered with a blanket. Make sure he's.
Why don't you come lay down with me?
May I blanket? Hitting on the locals. We got some briefings about that too. There were some movies.
Speaking of the briefing, how many hit points was that?
16. And at the end of the briefing, I make sure to mention everybody, hey, there's a weirdo outside leaning off the side of the roof. He seems to think he's a gargoyle or, I don't know, a raven or something. But it's acting a little weird. Watch out for that guy. He's friendly enough. Never said anything but, "Car!"
So you asked her to lay with you?
Yeah, I let her know that she doesn't have to go.
Oh, okay.
There's plenty of
she's
room.
tired. She'll lay down. Until then, she hops up, takes care of the baby every time the baby cries, and makes sure you guys are taken care of. Beyond that, it's not going to happen.
I was looking for some quality RP.
Okay. So I know she gets up and takes care of the baby. Just making sure I was the one of these assholes that slept through the night as the baby cries.
Hey, I think I was one of those assholes, but my problem is I got up, sat on the edge of the bed, laid back down, went back to sleep. Like, I thought you was getting a kiss. I did. You didn't even move. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think Mark has a condition we call hypervigilance with that nat 20 on the perception check.
All right, so he tells you about the bird outside, or the guy that is like standing on the rooftop like a bird.
Yep, dressed in
I'll
black.
step outside and look on the roof. What do I see?
Raven.
What the hell is Rob talking about?
Does it caw at him?
Brother May I as he steps out? No, he's just
Yeah.
poking at the roof.
Hey, bird.
Ah!
See some guy lurking? Apparently there's some guy lurking out here.
Calls at you. You could swear it was shaking its head, but it just calls at you.
All right. Call
I think I'm going to go out too, and
times
I'm
if
going to
you
look
see
for this
somebody.
suspicious character.
What was that?
So I want to go outside and look for this suspicious character with Brother May I.
Are you sure it was a
Go
person,
outside.
not just a
Outside,
bird?
investigate.
Some guy dressed in black. Yeah. It's going to give him a nickname. I was going to call him Buck.
What did the guy look like? Did he look human or elvish?
Ooh, look at that. Basically looked human. Yeah, it didn't look particularly French.
What is French?
I mean,
French guys around here.
he didn't have long, pointy ears or anything. Real feminine features, I guess.
No, didn't look French.
All right, sure.
What the hell is French, Serge?
It's French. I don't know. The only thing I was thinking is he was able to see through.
Yeah, I just did a history check to see if I
Malazan's thing.
remembered our conversation from the night before, and if I connect it to this bird sitting on the perch.
Well, I mean, I've summoned things before, and they are fey creatures, fey beings that come in the form of what I summon. And I was wondering if maybe he's a summoner familiar who's just appearing as a raven, since he can apparently see through those things.
The Rock sees there's a little gathering outside. He'll go out there and say, "Hey guys, what's up? Looking at that fella? Hey, I'm gonna call you Buck, all right? And you're from the family, so I figure your last name's Hawk. So we'll call you Buck Hawk in our language. I know in your language it's gonna come out more like Buck Hawk, but the word I came up with.
I was thinking more of Hudson. Fox seems all right.
I want to try to do mental link, like talk to the bird through
Well,
telepathy.
If it's the same bird as last time, his master had sent him to watch us. I don't know if that's spying or what, but they had been sent to watch us.
So can I establish a mental link
Go
with
ahead.
the bird?
You guys are actually seeing a black bird sitting up there, right? I'm the only guy who sees a dude.
Well,
Do I
I
need to roll
mean,
anything?
was he a dude when you were real far away from him, or the entire time? Or
Well, let me step back a little.
Azaria, thank you for the subscription, and welcome to the channel.
Barack will back up 35 feet, glance back, see if it looks
Bird.
more like a. Where is the word? All right. Then he'll step back in range, see the guy and says, "Yeah, it's a nice costume you got there."
He calls at you again. And you got your mental link.
Okay, so I'm gonna just ask him, why are you here?
Now, you guys have had this conversation with a bird before, haven't you?
I talked to him.
Like I told your friend. Here to watch you. Friend of your father's.
Is this the same bird that's been following us from the very beginning that started this
Well,
whole
I mean,
adventure with us?
Did you? Can you do?
Does it look like a similar raven?
Seems a similar size, similar color.
It's a black bird.
There are many different black birds.
Very defining
Oh.
feature of ravens.
I can tell you some weird stuff about those birds. I've been to Alaska, and these things are out there when it's sub-zero. And I've been to the outback of Australia, 120 degrees, same bird. Damn.
So I'm going to. Can you show me what your master looks like? See if can he send me a mental picture of what his master looks like.
Looks like an old guy in wizard robes.
Ah,
Nobody you don't recognize him whatsoever.
wizards. It's always wizards.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to stay up there. Why don't you come on down? You can perch on May I's head. He'll enjoy it.
Volunteered.
This is all mental.
Oh, I'm fine here. Good view.
Okay. Suit yourself. Would you like something to eat? Have some shark.
No, thank you.
Hey, I see him looking at you, Dux. Are you doing the old mental thing? What's he say?
Oh, yeah. It's the same one that's been with us from the beginning.
Ask him his name.
What's your name? It's not Buck, is it?
Why not?
Okay. Baka, then. Or Buck Hawk, right?
Hawk. Yeah. That's Buck Hawk. Okay, Mr. Hawk. So I guess I'm seeing the true you. So
he actually tells you his name
hey.
is like an R, but he'll answer to the Buckhawk because of the strange guy down there talking to him.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll make the sign of from my monastery the sign of respect to him.
Okay.
So let's make the sign of
It looks
respect
like
to him, letting
bird
him know
does some
that
sort of
I
bow.
respect him.
Actually, flings his wings out to the side and leans his head forward. And
Does-
Sergeant Rock, of course,
does
you
Rock-
see him put his arms out to the side and lean his head forward.
I guess you're actually what a Fae looks like then, huh? All right. Well, I got a greeting for you. Hey, Fae, what do you say?
Cock.
Just kind of looks, tilts his head sideways. What is wrong with that guy?
I don't know. He's been a little off since I met him, but he's harmless.
Unless you're a bad guy. All right, Rock's gonna go in and finish breakfast.
He's got this stick that he carries around that he swears he shoots bullets out of it, but it's just a stick. He holds it up and then he casts some spell and he thinks that it's bullets. I don't know what a bullet even is, but he calls them bullets.
He calls them rounds.
Excuse me. Must have been some weird briefing I got a while back when we were on watch together. You called them bullets.
Strange one.
Yeah. Well, since you've been with us from the beginning, it's obvious that you don't mean us any harm, so thank you very much for your watch. Have you seen anything odd going on around here that we should be aware of?
Not cinch.
Well, other than what we've already taken care of
No,
course.
it shakes its head no. Other than, of course, watching the strange man all night walk around and talk to him.
Well, if you could do us a favor and if you see anything strange, could you let me know?
If I'm allowed.
Oh, I'll allow you.
You get the sense that he's given one mission and pretty much probably given some orders beyond that. He's only supposed to watch, observe, not assist in any way.
I'm not asking for assistance. I just want to know what you're watching and observing. That's all.
We'll see. So what are y'all doing now?
Well, thank you. You have a good day. I want to, and so yeah, did I find, with the 21, did I find a
Oh yeah,
carpenter
no problem whatsoever.
that knows about ships? All right. I want to take him to the shore with me and whoever wants
All
to
right, who's
go.
going with?
Rock.
I'll go with just to see if Scully's still
Alright.
there.
And you get there, and Scully's standing right there, looking at you as you come walking up.
And I'd say to the carpenter, well, don't mind him. He's with that one. He won't eat us.
Are
He
you
doesn't want our
sure?
brains.
He's not real good with a hammer, but he can.
I
hold
saw
it.
him summon him, and he helped us with the ship on the bottom of the ocean.
Just kind of odd. After all this.
I've seen a lot of odd things since I've been here.
When Rock sees him, he will go up close and take a look at him and see if he changes with the
He
witch
does-
sight.
Still a skeleton.
All right. Well, that's even weirder than the guy that looks like a bird to everybody else.
So, I go up to the ship and I ask the carpenter. So, what do you think? What do you need? What do you need me to help you with?
Bring me materials. I'll get this worked out. Shouldn't take much. Looks like somebody tried.
What do you need us? What do you need me to bring you?
Wood, hammer, tar, stuff like that.
All right. Well, I'll give him the tar that we have left, and the hammer and the nails, and then
Intelligence check for. Well, you can sneeze without rolling. Marcus.
Can you roll without sneezing?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what? I missed
Intelligence
something.
check.
Why did you do an intelligence check?
I didn't. My computer did.
Oh, it turns out you did.
Just sitting there, intelligence check. Why?
So you're just
Achoo.
punching the walls.
Yeah.
The timestamp does say that was 10 minutes ago.
I don't have a timestamp on my
Oh,
phone,
okay.
so I saw his name come up for a second, and then it went away, and I noticed the intelligence check. So what are you doing when you walk up towards the boat there, Brother May I? You said you were checking.
I will recast it to assert my dominance over Scully.
All right.
So he's with me for an extended 24 hours.
All right. Any
Hey,
orders and
Serge.
stuff you want to give him while you've got him in your control?
Just have him help the carpenter, whether he's holding up boards or grabbing materials.
I'm on it.
So I tell May that he needs some wood, and that there was that lumber area in the town where Scully could go get some wood.
He's supposed
That
to.
way
How
we
do
don't
you
have to
know
split the
about
party.
that?
What was that?
You were in the.
It's not burnt
What's that?
down.
I'm just curious how you knew about that since you was with me. Now, yeah. If there's still wood there, I'll send them to go get
All
the
right,
wood.
I'm on it.
Actually, I'll go with Scully to go get the wood.
Cool.
Yeah, it's over in that. You give him directions.
Okay.
Hey, Serge, can you cast the water breathing thing again?
Oh yeah. Give me some time. I'll get him when he gets back.
So
I'll
is
cast
it
it
just
then.
you and
That way
Scully
we're all
heading to
together.
get the material? Everybody else is at the boat.
I'll go with him. I don't trust the cleric by himself. He's died too many times.
Well, Rock wants to get a couple people to go with him down into the water and check other shipwrecks and see if any of their ship's locker, has other stuff that
dang
we
it.
need on a ship.
That sounds like more fun than going with Scully. I'll go with Rock.
Okay, I'm fine by myself.
You're not by
I
yourself.
mean,
You got me.
how about this? How about this?
Skeleton
Yeah.
with you.
Everybody stick around for a few minutes, and
All right.
if you want to stick around, everyone that's there gets water breathing. 24 hours.
Even Scully?
I don't
No,
need
he-
water breathing. I'm
he-
good.
No. So I mean,
All right. Let's do this undersea
You
exploration.
guys heading under sea,
This
and I
is
guess
fun.
it's just Brother May I and Skelly heading off.
Yeah.
What about you, Corporal? What are you doing?
I'm looking at y'all running around like a bunch of idiots.
Well, Rock and I, we just take off into the ocean. Serge is sitting on the beach, I think, still.
well, I just cast a spell on all of us, so I'll go with Brother May I. Make sure he doesn't get himself in trouble.
Okay.
All right. I assume you cast water breathing on the Pointy Pegasus as well, right?
Anyone that was there.
All right, I'll stick with Surge. See what's going on.
All right. We're going under the sea.
Going underwater.
I think I saw a crab.
Okay.
And he was singing Under the Sea.
Got to kiss the girl.
That's not the same song. Come on now.
It's
So,
not the same. That
where are
was-
you guys?
Under the sea. Under the sea.
The Hot Crustacean Band.
Are you guys heading in a particular direction? Are you going to search a particular spot or just any out there while you're going to be going?
Start with our nearest ship.
We're going to where the most masts are.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Can we have the skeleton? So there's 3 of us?
There's just the 2 of us. The skeleton went to get lumber. They needed a pack horse.
They probably, need the portage more than we do. We can float stuff. All right, the 2 of us. Diver Dan and his little
All right,
friend.
so you guys,
I'm a
give
halfling
me,
right now.
You two can give me an investigation.
You're always a
check
halfling to me.
underneath the water. It's kind of murky, so
Do you want what's your bonus on investigation, Rock?
It's only 3. I will assist
Okay,
you.
why don't you assist me?
Yeah.
You feeling a little smarter today?
Yes. It was like getting Uber guidance.
Yeah. Oh, and I can also give you NCO guidance along with the guidance button here.
Yay, I got a 1.
Sinus is giving you issues.
22's
Yeah.
gonna be
You have this weird feeling as you're walking around with Skelly, by the way, Brother Mayo.
I have this weird feeling.
well, he's
Have I
weird.
sensed this feeling before? Alright. What up, Scully?
Me right now.
Anything exciting happened at the ship last night?
Nope, nothing at all.
Do an
Detect
insight
thoughts
check.
on a creature that has no brain.
Yeah, do an insight check on him. You can't trust him.
I mean, can you?
You insight checking or
He does my bit. Yeah, I'll do an insight check. What the hell?
I trust him. Because he's with you.
I mean,
Wow, and that's with a
yeah,
plus
you
7.
think he's. I mean, being honest as can be. You sure he can't be dishonest to you right now? But of course, that's not the strangest thing you got to concern yourself with.
Okay. I will do my divine sense and detect any other undead outs within 60 feet other than Scully. and myself.
None.
Okay. I'm just uneasy around dead
No.
people, huh?
You have no problem being around dead people.
Okay. So why'd you say I have?
Because something's happened that's never happened before.
I'm attracted to Scully?
yeah. Sure.
I
You
said
realize the bones you raised
necromancy,
from the
not
dead were your wife's
necrophilia.
bones.
Come on now, something new has happened that's never happened before.
Do I feel uneasy? Can I? No, we did insight.
What's bugging you? Something seems like it's bugging you there.
Something's off, but I don't know what.
You're
I'm not
walking
on-
next to a skeleton.
I'm always comfortable around dead people.
You're walking next to one.
Yeah.
Normally they're just on the ground, but you're walking next to them.
Well, I wasn't gonna throw it on the ground.
Well, no, I hope not. That would just be mean.
Yeah.
Let me elaborate
Okay.
a little bit more. Surge, you hear none of
Yes.
this.
He's just talking to the skeleton? Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you have kind of a telepathic link? Like with what Dux does?
I don't know. Let me read your mind.
With the skeleton? I'm talking about, like, because it seems like you may be talking to it.
What's your obsession with pink dresses?
I'm more of a earthy tones type of guy myself, but if you want some pink, the closest I got is pull out a little bit of dried lavender. I mean, that's the
Okay.
closest to pink I can get.
Scully, what number am I thinking of between 1 and 5 million?
How am I
2.
supposed to know? I'm dead. I'm not a mind reader.
Okay. I don't think I have a connection link with it. You can't read my thoughts.
I mean, are you talking to it?
I'm hearing voices. I'm assuming I'm talking to you. So,
You
Scully,
know,
what is your real?
used to.
Because you're hearing voices doesn't mean anything.
I mean, all right, so yeah, you can
Jeffrey, by the way, to answer
link
your
with the
question.
skeleton.
Or at least it was at
Oh,
one point in time.
all right, Jeffrey. Do you prefer Jeffrey or should I stick with Scully?
It's fine.
Okay. So, what did you do in your previous life? Oh, we need sailors. So I'm trying to get these people off this island before the Lich comes back.
Yeah. I know. Which is pretty good.
Okay. Were you one of the Liches?
I
So what?
I died in a shipwreck long before he ever showed up. Actually, yeah, I don't know how long ago. Time's kind of iffy when you're dead.
Oh, tell me about your life. Or unlife.
My unlife? You know that. It's only been, what?
Did you sail the ocean blue?
Well, that's my life. I was a sailor on a ship. I worked on the deck. I manned the sails. Until the ship
What was
got
the
sunk
name of
in
the
combat
ship?
and I drowned.
So you were a soldier or were you a pirate?
Neither. I was just a sailor. Pirates are what took the ship down.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've never been a fan of pirates. So, how about the cubs?
Haven't seen any cubs.
Right over there.
So, to move this along,
Yeah.
I was using your skeleton as a way of showing you that you apparently have the ability to speak with the dead.
Oh. Okay.
Another one of your invocations as a
So I
warlock,
don't need.
but you now have it.
Is it at will
Yeah,
or?
yes, it will. Actually, what it is, you cast it at will without spending a spell slot.
Rock actually had that one for a level, and then I got rid of it because we were encountering robots instead of dead people.
Yeah, it's interesting how that worked out.
Yeah. I got rid of
For
it.
a minute, I thought you actually gave me detect thoughts on my console.
That would be a bit of a...
Now you have a scroll and a potion that do you no
Yep,
good.
pretty much. No, I was... Because you weren't catching anybody's thoughts. You were just hearing a conversation with him that nobody else is hearing because you're the only one that can speak with the dead.
What if he can speak with someone that's near death?
Anyone can do that.
Yeah, because there's still mind.
No,
There's
comatose
still
near
mind in
death.
the body. So what? You guys make your way to the lumber mill. You find you find some more of the materials that you were asked for.
Yeah, no, it's a shame. This place was kind of hard to pick through. It was collapsed when we got here yesterday.
Should be able to pick up some more. It doesn't seem like there's nothing here to worry about.
Nope, nothing there. No whites or nothing coming out of the walls.
Hopefully not. Yeah, last time there was a few will-o-wisps. Nothing too terrible, but
So you say.
yeah. I mean, building must have collapsed on someone. I don't know.
Scully, do you see any will-o-wisps?
No, I don't see any dead people.
Why don't
I
you just
think
reach
they're
out and
just
try to
like-
speak to the dead people, Marcus?
I'm speaking to the dead.
So, you.
So,
The reason you didn't get more because you only didn't know how much you needed, but you're also in combat and kind of a time crunch. But you do find a little bit more on the back side of the building from the search. But
okay.
as far as lumber and stuff's concerned, you find some good pieces that are laying around, not broken. Should be enough to get started on fixing the ship. Not enough to finish working on it because, you know, most materials and stuff are all gone. But you find some. What the hell is that? I see
Other.
that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I clicked the wrong one. I was typing in my boom.
Okay. All right, so you guys are underwater. Did I get those investigation checks from you guys? Yes.
Yeah, he helped me. So it was a 22 total.
All right. Searching around, you find what could be parts of at least 5 different ships that are under here, broken in half, crushed. Eventually, you do find the Dwight, and it is scuttled, broke. I mean, it was looked like it was just pretty much shattered when it was taken under. Like something was really mad at the people who were on that ship.
Well, we'll recover whatever gear that we may have lost in there. Be nice to have so much.
And also, I know we're
Take the
looking for
figurehead.
lumber, so I'd like to, since the Dwight's, I guess, the most recently sunk, its lumber may be in better condition.
Okay. So you get what you can scrap-wise from it.
Yeah, like get some scraps, try to salvage our gear. The other 5 ships, if we saw anything, like when we were investigating anything,
An
worth taking.
investigation as well as trying to retrieve stuff and bring it back to the shore is going to take you several hours.
Okay.
With your investigation, let's see. Give me a minute.
During that time, Rock is talking with Dux about, well, we can get these supplies from, but I got orders to go after that enemy general, and we need to get to that island or hasten things. I don't think I have time to be building a ship for next week.
Well, doesn't that depend where we need to go? Wouldn't it be faster just to build a ship if he's just offshore rather than traveling to whoever knows where with this tree?
Only thing, that general didn't really give me a briefing about where the enemy general is. He just told me to go get him.
Oh, isn't that what generals always do?
So,
Give you
with
some
your
intel.
swimming around, you do find some nice shinies here and there, some gems that may have been broken out of boxes or whatever during when the ships were taken under. You find about 100 gold's worth of gems. Oh, pardon me. And like I said, it takes you the better part of the day to swim back and forth, searching the ships, grabbing what you can that's salvageable, including, I'm going to say, sails that weren't completely torn apart.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
And by the end of the day, with the work the guy was doing and all your help, he says that you should be able to put it in the water and it should be saleable come tomorrow morning because it wasn't that bad.
Awesome.
It's almost like this one was sunk in a different manner than the Kraken, so it wasn't as torn apart as all the other ships up underneath there were.
Awesome.
All right, and we're going to take a break right quick. I mean, before we get into anything else, and we'll get right back with you. So don't go too far, and we will return shortly. And
Woo, we're in on audio.
well, I figured I'd warn you because usually when I click you on before saying anything, you say something off the wall that gets immediately put out there.
Oh, I try.
You do a
Pumpernickel.
Nah, Pumpernickel's kind of light to some of the things he says. All right, so we're back. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's see, we have a few people in chat. If you want to ask our players any questions, you're more than welcome to, speak up, say something. Lunatic Dungeon Master's in there, Spotty Shark, Wajaria, Misha Yori, Coitus, Half Monk, Gallinet, Dizzy, Commander Root, and Anna Marie. Welcome to Roll Hit Die Presents Dungeons and Veterans. So, we left off, you guys are having, getting material, and Serge was catching a one-sided conversation between Brother May-I and a skeleton. Dux and Sarge went diving for whatever they could find and found a few things.
Tails.
So now that you've got everything back on deck,
Boards, sails, rope.
you're able to salvage as much as you can from them to get a fully functioning ship that you can use by morning. So, are you guys assisting with the actual construction of the boat?
Yes.
What part would you like to assist with?
Anything I can. I can do it with the sails
assist.
since I do leather working. That's probably my
Alright,
best
so why don't
bet.
you go ahead and give me a leather workings kit check to see how well you fix these sails.
I will guide you. There you go.
And guidance.
Yep. Like you need it, but
Yeah! Really good sails.
So, Serge is your hype man. You can do this kind of stuff. All right, so yeah, you knock the sails out. They look nice. Even at some point in time, you put some weird symbol in the sails.
I had to put a ward against evil so that Kraken wouldn't come back.
I sure hope it wouldn't come back after we took care of it, but
Hey, you never know.
Hopefully.
around this place.
I will supervise while I cook them a hearty meal.
I will give guidance to whoever wants it because I'm not good at anything.
Okay, well, I mean, there's only the carpenter and you guys, so
Sergeant Rockwell, help wherever is
You
needed.
can always just be a laborer and say to the carpenter, hey, I got extra hands where you need me.
Hey, my horse, my alicorn can help stomp them nails in.
Rocco cast guidance on himself and just do an athletics check to see if he can be helpful.
I'll help wherever they want.
Yep.
I'm not particularly skilled in this area per se,
well,
but
you are somewhat skilled in certain areas that nobody else is, that can be used to, I don't know, raise and lower things.
if they want it out of the water or in the water, but
Or if they needed something strong to pull some rope against a pulley to raise.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, you got like a 24 strength when you're in that siege monster mode.
not quite, I wouldn't say, but I mean, if they need something, I can try and help them out with it.
Just give me an athletics check as well. We'll just go with that.
All right, I'm not particularly athletic, but if that's the area, I'm pretty sure I can guide myself
Is there a
through
creature
this.
that is that you can be?
What am I athleticing?
You need
giant,
opposable thumbs.
a giant ape could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't
giant
be a
ape can
giant
do it.
ape. I can make someone else a giant ape
Yeah, it can probably heal somebody if they get hurt.
because I'm stupid as shit when I do that.
You should turn Skelly into a giant ape.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that with undead per se.
An
I'll,
undead giant ape.
I'll become I'll think, and after getting that talk the other night, I'm gonna guide myself about this athletic stuff, and then I'm gonna think about being an owlbear.
All right. So with that, you guys see Surge morph into an owl. Well, Sergeant doesn't, but all Sergeant sees is Surge get down on his hands and knees. but everybody else sees Surge turn into an owlbear, and they strap a harness to you and use you to pull things around.
All right, and that's a +5 to that. So, and then
Oh,
D4.
thank you
So
for the
that.
gooey reward.
Wait, what?
24.
Hold on.
Punishment got a gooey reward. So
Punishment got a gooey reward. Okay, so you give me a D20 roll, and I'll give you your gooey reward.
Nice and low for you.
Sorry, I just got a message from somebody stating that asking me to pay out certain Patreons, so that's what I was answering. Advantage on a saving throw.
Thank you.
Creepy. All right. I get all sorts of weird noises down here. I don't know if it's from down here or from upstairs at times. So y'all just let me know if something comes up over my shoulder there. You know.
Ooh.
I'm actually going to do that one day. I'm going to pop on one of those background screens that just has something coming up over the shoulder. All right. Surge.
24.
No, you can't go that high on a D20.
I guided myself.
Not for a gooey reward, you don't.
Oh, that wasn't for me.
Says Surge.
Is there another? Oh, there's another. Never mind. I didn't know that.
The awards are rolling in.
There's an 11.
Elf.
All right, so... Oh, no. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen who have ever watched any of our programs,
What?
be it Friday night or tonight's games, this is the first time this particular gooey reward has ever showed up. This is a very rare and special gooey reward. When you use this card, you regain all lost hit points up to your normal maximum. This could save your keister. It's called Divine Favor. It's an automatic full heal.
Wow.
And Sergeant Rock has also gotten one.
See that, Sergeant Rock? Why don't you give me a D20 roll?
I would-
As I shuffle this deck up and get some of these cards mixed in. When I read the title card, it said Divine Favor. I was like, oh no, don't tell me he gets like some sort of divine intervention thing there. So give me a D20 roll.
I get a level. Okay. A full heal. Yeah.
Sarge? D20 roll?
All right.
D20 roll?
Here's a D. It's a 3.
You get a hero point.
Oop.
Ooh.
This is a very rare and special gooey reward as well. It can be spent to achieve something significant and heroic. A hero point may only be used once and may be played at any time. What your character is attempting must be heroically feasible or reasonable. And of course, I get full discretion as to the effectiveness of the action. Some examples include leaping a chasm that would be just a bit too far to leap. Adding a good bonus to help disarm a difficult trap, doing double damage maybe, even on a crit. On a single attack, hold up a falling gate that your character would not normally be able to hold. Things along those nature.
All right.
All right, so takes you a little while. You get the ship built. Sun's starting to set. What design is in the sails, Ducks?
There is the design of a bear roaring.
All right, so it looks kind of like a Viking sail.
It's just stitch work, so you have to actually look to see it. It's not very. It's not very.
Does it bear up
noticeable.
under scrutiny?
Is there a what?
It doesn't bear up under close scrutiny.
All right, so sun's starting to set. What are y'all doing?
I'll go back on patrol.
Well, is it done? I'm looking at you, Ducks.
Oh, yeah, the sails, they're ready to go. The ropes are taut, the sails are ready. Just gotta furl them. Or unfurl them, anyway.
All right, and it looks like the sails will do no issue, no problems. What do we got? Getting messages.
Rock will be up all night anyway, so he'll stand guard at the ship this time, and he'll be just learning the ship and comparing between the Dwight and this ship, and making sure he knows how to skipper the thing.
So, here's an idea that I have. We can probably, this is all up to what we all want to do, but I'm thinking we can get in contact with Xur, have them bring a extra crew over to get the refugees out of here that want to leave.
Okay.
And they can drop them off on this boat, and then, 2 crews come over, 2 boats go back.
I did overlook it, bypass it or what have you, but 3 more skeletons seem to show up on the boat working on it.
Right?
May
Right.
I?
That
Yeah.
guy have friends?
What's up with the?
Well, this is Steve. He was a carpenter on Scully's ship. That's Bobby over there. He's more of a, what do we need? A navigator? I don't know.
Oh, I
um,
get
but yeah,
I didn't realize it. Okay, so now we're going to have a skeleton crew.
And there it is, folks.
yeah. I can only do 4, so
I mean, you got a powder monkey, I guess, for
no.
shooting the.
You
shooting
tried
the
to find
guns?
one of those, but all you found is like half of him.
Oh, I mean, just have him crawling along.
That way he won't leave his detail. He'll stay on the gun.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But then you can choose whatever job they had on the
Yeah,
ship.
but once you made them skeletons, they just do simple whatever you tell them to do. They can't
Okay.
really actually think for themselves.
Yeah.
They're just,
Well, I felt bad. Scully seemed lonely,
he didn't care.
so
He's technically not really there. It's just his body that's animated. The rest of it was just to show you what you learned.
All right.
Well, Rock is going to go talk to that
Uh-huh.
raven. He gets closer. He sees it's not a raven. He's going to go talk that. Hey, Faye, what do you say? The action now has moved down to the ship. So if your master is really interested in what's going on, I might want to go down and show him the ship repair. And, we're going to head out. And there's a special place for you right there on the ship. Oh, the crows.
It just calls at you.
You might want to ask your master if he wants you to go to the crow's nest.
Why?
Why? Because it's D&D, people. Puns.
Skeleton crew, crow's nest.
A crow in the crow's nest.
It is Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
Any more
So,
puns we want
but
to put
yeah.
out there, folks? Let's get them all off our chest.
But yeah, so that's where my question's coming into play. Do we want to go through the tree, or do we want to go on boat?
Well, since
Well, it's a little bit more mobile. We can get to different places and we can go farther. Whereas if we go through the tree, then we probably will have to find another mode of transportation once we get to the mainland.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
agree with
sure
that.
it wouldn't be too hard to find a mode of transportation. I'm pretty sure. We just talk
Yeah,
to
but
them
at
and
the
the next
same
crew
time-
that's on their way out. It won't hurt to have a little.
But will they
extra
be going
section.
where they want us, where we want to go? Or will we just have to go where they take us?
I mean, that'd be, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to figure out a little bit about what Sergeant Rock here has been talking about, and I'm sure you have a place that you want to go. I mean, I'm fine with wherever. I just probably want to put that tree down if I knew that it was gonna not get used.
Yeah, but at the same time, now we can come back whenever we want to, right?
Yeah,
Why
I
would we
thought the
want to
boat
come
was
Why
back?
don't we just plant a big tree on the deck of our ship too, and then we're good to go. We can go wherever we need to.
I mean, I could use my staff, but this isn't. I kick the deck a little. Necessarily fertile soil.
Rock like
we
being
can,
a
we can
skipper.
fix that.
And he's already there christened this new boat, the Dwight II. And he likes the flexibility of having our ship. When he thought it was going to take weeks to build a ship and we didn't have that kind of time, he was inclined to do the tree. But this changes everything. If we can set sail tomorrow and load up with the guys that don't want to stay here and get them to the port and maybe stuff up there. If we can get things underway now, I'd rather use this boat.
All right. Is this the same ship in terms that what we had? Does it gun ports and
Pretty
whatnot?
much. I mean,
Could we scavenge what's off of the ship we came on and
For the
put them
most
in this one?
this one was a basic.
Yeah, where are you
merchant-
going to get powder for the gunship?
This one was a pretty much a basic merchant ship that got sunk somewhere along the way.
So other than that, I mean,
little
We
bigger?
just,
Actually,
I just
be hard to
definitely
change
need to
figurehead.
get Berth off the Dwight one. We need to get Berth off the Dwight one. She was my favorite cannon.
oh, okay.
We can't leave her behind.
Did a favorite cannon?
Well, you know, I was part of the cannon crew on the last one. Of course, I had a favorite. She always shot true.
Did she?
she shot true to him. Like, did it go on one side out the other?
Wait,
Exactly.
no, that's Truman. Short.
I mean, how hard would it necessarily be to swap the figurehead if you wanted the old one back? I mean,
Carpenter.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ship
you
right.
spent a decent amount on that, didn't you?
I got magic to help out.
All right.
American know-how.
Just use a little Merc and help. Why not? So yeah, if we, I guess, talk to everyone tonight, get everything situated, figure out what we all want to do.
Is there any votes against the ship, taking the ship out?
No. But
I
before we
mean-
leave, I need to run into town and pick up a few things.
I mean, you need a couple of things, I would say, at least.
Hey, Serge.
Yeah, what's
don't
up?
you have a spell that can grow and shape trees the way you want?
Not really. I mean, I got plant growth, but I can't really shape them. That's more of just giving life to the area.
I thought, out of character, didn't you have? Isn't there like Druidcraft or something like that where you can like shape the growth?
I'm going to reach in my bag and pull out a seed, and boom, I got a tiny little budding of a flower. That's all it can do,
Oh.
really.
That's it. Can do.
It can make a flower bloom. It can make a seed bud. Really, really simple.
Because I thought it'd be really cool if we could grow a mast and then make the limbs go out to be sails.
It's a cantrip. Druidcraft is a cantrip. I don't think it can do that.
Well,
I mean, we picked a ship that
with
already has a
the
mast.
right amount of money, you might be able to find a caster somewhere out there that might be able to make you something like that.
But the thing that would be cool about it is if we grew a tree as the mast, then we could use the tree to get back to this island whenever we want to.
Still trying to figure out the reason behind that.
We already have a tree here.
Exactly. If we have a tree on the ship, then we can go between the ship and this island whenever we want.
One problem with
Oh.
that,
Well,
because
Well, we can come short of that, but we can-
uses travel through plants because plants are connected to the planet itself, the Earth. It's almost like you're traveling through the roots. Now, if you want to travel to a tree
yeah.
that's on a ship that is constantly moving,
We're
Right.
connected to the water. That's connected to the earth, right?
So, but our equivalent would pull into port and find the largest tree in the area, and we can get back here from any
all
port.
right.
that-
All right. At
if
least-
we really needed to get back here and we didn't have a tree, I could use my staff.
bless you.
Because I still got this tiny little dinky
Thank you.
thing. I pull out a little U wand that I can cast spells through, but I prefer not to.
Oh, and also what we can do too is just whenever we go somewhere, we can see if there's a tree in the area, talk to the locals, and I can mark it on my map. And then if we ever need to get back, we can try to find one, the closest one to us.
Yep. So a girl in every port. We'll have a tree in every port.
There you go.
Maybe we'll also have a girl in every port.
I mean, I think may have a girl in every port right now. If we
Well,
consider this one.
isn't May going to bring his wet nurse with him? I mean, we can't just leave the baby, right?
Well,
That is another. Yeah. What are we going to do with the baby at sea?
That's what I was mentioning earlier about May I having a couple of things is we
Well,
got his son and his son
And his son.
yes.
that we would have to take along the ship as well.
And if she wants to come, I will gladly bring her along as well. And when we find a safe place for her to set up a house, I will give her money to take care of both the kids.
Oh, how sweet. By the way, everybody notices Brother May coming back from town. And he's got 4 portly-looking fellows walking with him.
May I's coming back to the ship
Oh,
from
like where
town?
you guys are at. Because he said he'd go to town to go shop
Oh, okay.
and stuff.
And did the portly fellows carry
No,
his
they're not
son or
carrying
something?
anything. They're kind of walking kind of funny, a little portly looking.
Portly undead fellows? Are they portly wrapped in meat fellows?
No, you're not seeing any meat. As they get close,
Are they
They are
shambling-ish?
shambling a little bit. As they get closer, Sergeant Rock notices this is a scene right out of a movie he watched before, long time ago. Some guy stuck on a pole, and when he's let down, he could barely stand, and he started dancing around and singing about some wizard if he only had a.
Oh.
Weekend at Bernie's, huh?
All right. Yeah. Rock runs up close to take a look and see if they look any different inside 30 feet.
They look exactly the same within 30 feet. They
No
look
magic.
like skeletons. Dressed up like scarecrows.
Then he just looks at May I for about 30 seconds, and then he goes back to work.
Why?
So
They look less threatening now.
how many can you take
No, it's the same
control of?
4. He took him with him, and
It's the same 4.
Okay, all right.
You just made them look like scarecrows. They wouldn't be as scary to the locals.
Yes.
All right. All
I
right.
take
yeah,
some
yeah.
guitar and paint in some eyes and a little smiley face.
They did that to the nuke too. It didn't help.
Wispy.
No, I can only control up to 4.
I mean, I was thinking if you could do more, why would we even need a crew? Just send them on their way.
Well, I could do more.
But if we're going, that's fine.
However, I can only maintain. I mean, I can cast this up to 5 times. But after that 24
So what
hour
you're saying
period-
is that if you could do more than 4, we have the chance of having some slobbering ghoul trying to eat us at night.
right.
So
Yeah, I'm good. Let's
sometimes
just stick with
it's
the
worth
4.
the risk.
now, does that take a lot of your spell slots out of the equation?
Yes and no. To initially do it, yes. After that, only costs 1 spell slot to maintain control of all 4 for another 24 hours.
Okay, so it's got an expensive upfront cost, but not much after.
Not too
Yeah.
expensive
Right.
for the upkeep.
And it is worth it.
All
And
right.
since it's one of my warlock spells, I can take a short rest and get it right back.
Oh, that's awful interesting. I like that. So, I guess we're good to go and then set out for the day. Do we want to put this in the water today, and then if it's still floating tomorrow, head off?
It's still
If it
floating.
sounds- the town people want to come. Like I said, I just need to talk to the.
We need to.
Did we ever get her name?
No,
Did
you
you?
never asked for her name.
June.
She never stayed for breakfast. Okay.
We're figuring out a little more about Brother May I as the day goes on.
Yeah.
Hey, you can lay right here next to me. Come on. Don't care what your name is. Just come on and lay down.
Oh, come on over.
Ain't gonna ask. You have to tell-
So, I guess I'll pop up in the sky to have a meeting at the tavern discussing our leave.
Doesn't take long. You start getting a good group of people out there by the tavern.
Do I see anything while I'm out patrolling?
Nothing of any. People milling about, people trying to get themselves back together. Some barns being rebuilt in some locations, crops trying to be replanted, and then you see them all coming into town after the Riding in the Sky.
So I guess this is how we kind of decide who comes and who goes, who stays, who don't. At this
Some
point
people
in
might-
time.
changed their mind in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, people very well could have changed whether they wanted to leave, whether they wanted to go. So, I say you talk to him, Rock. You're a little better at words.
Yeah, not necessarily the words you use around here, but yeah, I'll give them a talk. I'll chat up, see what they're focused on now. Run down the issues with sailing with us and the benefits and do a cost benefit analysis and some of the stuff they taught me in NCO school.
I mean, we could also mention the risks of sailing. That might dissuade some
What
people,
risks?
but I'm talking to Rock about this. Just ignoring that guy.
Hey, I want to know what the risks are.
So-
There's risks to staying here.
You know him better than I. You've been sailing longer.
So he'll explain how there's risks of staying and there's risks that are attendant with going.
What are those risks?
And well,
Docks.
you know, that bad guy that used to hang around here, he could come back. But there are hazards at sea. You got a pretty hardy crew here that can probably fend off most anything that attacks the ship. But we had some losses on the way over.
Doesn't sound like much of a choice. Die at sea or die here.
I mean, we made it here.
He said not all of
there's
you.
also not everybody, but there's also a pretty good chance of living here and living if we go out by sea.
I mean, we took care of the mare you had and the kraken that was out in the open. So, I mean, you could go with us or stay here. I mean, I'm not saying those who want to stay have to go. Same as last time.
Yeah, I would encourage most people that this is their home to stay here and make a go of it. But I know that some people don't want to stay, and they're welcome on the ship.
Okay, well, they start grumbling and talking amongst themselves about who's going to stay, who's going to go.
I'm willing to pay anybody who has sailing experience, by the way,
Persuade.
to start a new life somewhere
Persuade.
else.
I'm really guiding you on
Oh,
this
sweet.
with the money side of things
Does he get advantage because he's willing to pay?
Advantage.
and guidance. Hey, you got a D4.
Okay, so the
Take
advantage
that
worked out
four.
real nice.
The guidance did too.
Yeah, it was good.
How much room do we got on this boat?
You have 10 people that walk up to you saying they have prior sailing experience. A couple of them say they've been fishermen, and one or two, I'll say about 3 of them say they've actually sailed a ship before.
I'll do an insight check on each one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably insight them to make sure they're not just bullshitting us because money. And I'll assist and guide.
Rock
Alright.
squints real hard and gives him a good look.
Okay. One of them was bullshitting you.
Okay, only one. Well, that's not bad.
What are you thinking there,
what
May
skills
I?
do you guys have on the ship? Well, let's see what skills they have.
All right.
Okay.
More than me.
I give him a rope and tell him to tie me a bullet on a hitch.
Okay. First one you give it.
A
First
what?
one you give it to starts tying this knot, throws a rope around you, ties it again, cinches it up. You did say tie you
Okay.
with a bullet and a hitch, right? Just making.
Yeah, no, I said tie me a.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
tie you with. Okay. But yeah, he does just fine.
And then
Lower than average intelligence.
I ask him to do a sheep's
Wait,
bend.
hold on. So you're asking for a knot check. So let me go ahead and give sleight of hand checks for all 9. I'm sure you're not going to take the liar, right?
Yeah, not the liar.
Depends. I mean, if he
Depends
wants
on how
all,
willing he is to learn.
Yeah,
yes.
he's the most expendable.
You are
Yeah,
gonna
like-
stay at the front of the
Right.
ship.
Then he's going to try the knots with disadvantage. All right. Yeah, he can't tie shit. You got one guy who ties every knot that you ask him to tie with just deftly. Just there you go. There you go.
Hey, I found Robosin.
You got another guy that was with him, not quite as nimble and fast as he was, but pretty close. So you got 2 of those.
And a second.
The rest of them
No.
are no good, and one guy actually got rope burn. And I think,
And the cook.
well,
Found the
and,
cook, too.
Probably broke
Yeah,
his
yeah,
finger because when he
somebody
pulled
help
it
me,
tight,
I-
it snapped on his finger, and you heard a definite crack noise when he did it.
Yeah, we don't want injured
And
people.
may I?
I'm
Your cook
gonna
needs some help with his finger.
go over to that guy and straighten his finger and give him a cure wounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
And a weird little medic comes out of nowhere
Ah, what the fuck is that?
and blows.
Well, I mean, it's a little medic. Haven't you ever seen him before?
That's right. He's got a splint on his finger, the broken one. Field
All right, so any
repair.
other tests you want to give for these guys?
Choose that-
Now you've got 2 that you already said you're taking, so there's still.
Yeah, those guys, sure. And
Well-
the liar just volunteered to be an assistant to Brother May as a scullery.
Okay,
aide.
so there's 3 that you've got already on the ship. That leaves you with 7
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
candidates. What are you doing with them?
Want to test their
this-
cannoneering skills.
Yeah, because I mean,
Uh,
gunners.
I was going to ask the
Navigators.
2 that.
What about riggers?
Does
And-
anyone have a sextant? Or navigator's tools, as they're called in D&D.
Um,
We're gonna
Nah.
need people with strength to do the rigging.
Yeah, but we need to find the people that have the skills first so we can get them into specialty roles. Everyone else, I mean... we
what
can-
did you
we
all
can
do
wing it with
on the
rest.
ship?
I was never on a ship. I couldn't tell you.
No, she flew in. She didn't
Yeah,
sail
I'm
in
asking
with
you
us.
3.
Oh, I've done the rigging, I've done the cannons, and I piloted when Rock was tired.
Yeah, I
I
just kind of
cooked
helped
and
out
made
as a
sure.
medic at the time.
Yeah, I was the cook and the surgeon, so.
I don't know if that's a good
Rock was the
thing,
skipper.
that the surgeon.
But I
and the
will
cook
talk to
are
the
the
2
same.
that.
So you're all fine. I got you sewed back up. Bad part is you don't have a liver anymore. What are we having for dinner?
Who
We
wants
needed
liver for
we needed
dinner?
to make some foie gras. Sorry, buddy. Your liver got sacrificed to the crew.
But the 2 that passed with flying colors, I'm going to ask them if they trust the rest of this ragtag crew and if they can get them up to ship shot. That's
Get
what
them
that's
ship
about.
shape.
Thank you.
Ship,
I swear
ship.
to something.
Yeah. Rock likes that term. He's like on it. Yep.
All right. So what was that you're doing with the other 7?
The 2 that passed with
Yes.
flying colors, going to talk to them and see what they think of the rest of them and who they think they can get up to speed on selling the ship.
Let's see. the one who is real good at tying the knots tries to convince you to let his brother come too.
Is he the liar?
The brother? No, brother wasn't a liar. But it was one of the other
Okay.
ones. And he's like, he's
If you trust him,
he's
bring
trying
him.
to persuade you
Yeah.
to let him come, but he rolled a 1. So
Oh.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're really open to anyone that he's willing to train. And so if his brother, that's what I'll ask him. What experience did your brother have on a ship?
none.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, we got another reason to leave the kid behind, right? We had a policy out of the War Department that brothers wouldn't serve on ships together, so you don't lose them both at once. It's a family
Yeah,
preservation.
well,
So,
sorry, Dwight,
Yeah.
but, you know,
no sib-
troubled times, right?
We'll
What
bring him,
skills
but
what
he
skills does your
won't
brother
get-
have? What can he do for us?
Yeah,
Can he catch fish?
yeah, he can. He can
Is he
catch
nimble?
Fish. He can catch fish.
Is he nimble?
Not really.
Can he climb rigging?
Is he fat?
Okay.
A little bit. A little slow, but he can
Okay.
catch fish.
Can he swab the deck?
What's that?
Is he good with a mop and water?
Yeah.
Oh, then we got a place for him, I think, maybe. But that decision lies with the skipper.
All right, so you have 7 others, and you've got 4 people now you've already chosen.
Okay.
Because his brother wasn't part of the 7.
Look, they can clean, they can, do sanding of the decks,
There's a few of us here that can do minor repairs pretty easily.
That Merc know how.
Pretty
I
good
say
with
we bring
sales.
them all,
Take 'em
and I will pay them accordingly to their skill sets that they bring.
Okay, so. All right, do you have a crew of 11?
Plus the 4
Okay.
skeletons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will
And then
bring
we
that-
just have to get some people over.
Yep. So what I want to do is the next day, I just want to do a sea trial. We're not leaving for good. We're just going to sail around during the day and sail back. And we might have some deselects or some promotions in order for those who make it through the first day at sea.
Hey, testing more. All right, so you get everybody on ship, and what is the first thing you want to do?
We got to set sail.
Okay.
We're going to sail.
So we need to
east.
weigh anchor.
Yeah.
Come on, Skipper.
I was Air Force, so I don't know shit about sailing.
Come
I've never
on,
actually done.
Corporal.
Rock's already skippered the Dwight halfway across the world, so he'll go through his checklist that he made before, and just say, all right, well, we anchor now. Now you raise the mainsail. Then we start using the jibs to correct course. And
Might want to unmoor the ship first.
oh, the squid can pipe in at any time.
Oh no, we're still on the sand. We haven't gotten it onto the water yet.
Everybody's trying to pull the anchors up and everything else. It ain't going nowhere, Skipper.
Yeah. So
I
instead of
mean,
weighing anchor, we get it off. We wait till tide is at the right point where we can get
All
the
right.
ship out of here.
Well, if that's the case.
do we want to roll it off or?
Well, can't you just bring in the water a little bit to lift it up and
I
Pull it
can,
out.
yeah, but I was wondering because you
Yeah.
guys had mentioned earlier, just roll it back in with logs.
I would rather
I-
use the.
I had no idea how you guys were going to do that, but I was going to watch.
But we've got Aquaman. We can use his superpowers to hit this ship right into the water. That's you, Serge. You're Aquaman.
Okay, so
Yes, I'll use minor illusion to put you in an Aquaman suit.
So you're in this.
Have you tried it?
That comic was up
Yeah,
the
you're
around.
in the green tights with a very orange shirt. We're not
Yeah.
talking about Aquaman now.
And a green
We're
trident.
talking about Aquaman. We're talking
Okay.
about Aquaman back in the Super Friends days.
back
Back
then,
when everybody,
And you have a seahorse that you ride.
And
Yep.
curly blonde hair.
Yep. And these were called the four color days, four color days of comics because you only had 4 colors.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll cast a spell and I'll bring the water up. And then
By the way,
we'll,
Serge, you look silly as hell.
By the way, Sarge,
I can't control this.
Sarge thinks the spell didn't work.
Oh yeah, I can't see it. So I forget about it and I kind of leave it on him. But minor illusion only lasts for a
Okay.
minute.
Well, for a minute, you look like the old school comic book Aquaman.
I have no idea what I look like, but I'm really confused, but okay.
Is this Surge or Curtis that is kind of confused? Okay,
Surge.
Because I was going to look up the picture of the old school Aquaman for you.
Oh, I know what it looks like, but no, Surge is just like, what the? Why? Huh?
It'll help your spell casting, trust me. All right, let's get this show on the
All
road.
right, so you bring the water up and pick the ship up and drag it back out to the water, out to the bay,
Yep.
the harbor. All right, everybody's on board. The 3 that do the twist for the anchor aren't going anywhere because they are not strong enough to rotate the machine, the device for pulling the anchor up.
I'll help him push. I'll help him pull the anchor.
And slap them in the process?
That's a weird way to pull an anchor.
Skeletons to operate the windlass.
All right.
So yeah, whoosh. All right.
So yeah, I jump on and start helping him pull up
Give
the
me,
anchor.
Athletics.
You can do this. I mean, you're good at this guiding.
Yeah.
Just
Rock is calling out guidance to people too.
You
There
are
you go.
very strong.
People get D4s on their rolls.
And it's kind of
them
disturbing
out.
to hear from a guy in an orange shirt, green tights, and curly blonde hair.
Yeah, I don't know
Sorry, I
why,
have to
but
reboot roll 20. My character sheet isn't working.
Probably give it a second.
Your internet connect.
Hey,
I guess I
Serge,
could
I
have
want
just
to.
clicked the reconnect button, huh?
Serge, can you ride that seahorse for me?
preferably not.
He's like,
This is really just
He's like-
strange.
I don't know. There's not a seahorse here. I'm walking here. But it looks like you're riding a seahorse in the air.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, that seahorse that's a funny pet.
All right, I got it.
Add a D4.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Oh wow. Yep.
So with Dux's help, the anchor's pulled up, and now the ship is free to go. Next order.
What's the next step of the plan
I'll
there?
go to the jib lines
Yeah,
so
we
I can get
gotta.
ready for it.
We need a mainsail first to get the primary source of propulsion.
So
So ask
What's the
whoever.
mainsail? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, hoist the sail and get us started
all
underway.
right, other than the guy at the very end of the rope falling on his ass and get drug across the deck, 3 of them are pretty decent about getting the mainsail up. One of them right now
All
has
right.
got his leg tangled up in the rope and is hanging upside down for some reason.
I think that's kind of where he belongs.
I'll go and I'll climb up and help him get down.
All right, and then Rock's at the helm, so he's making sure their rudder is keeping the ship aligned with the wind and set up the other sails that help us optimize our
Okay,
position.
so give me
and-
not,
the sailor,
not
but
that you
Rock's
have
done
the
it.
skills in your inventory. Let's see. What would that be? Wisdom? Give me a wisdom roll. Wisdom, Sergeant Rock.
Ooh, rock. Okay.
He'll ask for some guidance from old Dwight D, and then he'll give it a try. Straight flat wisdom, huh? Oh, well, that's actually not bad. Plus, I still get the D4 on that, so that's 17.
You're able to
It's your straight
you're able
roll.
to
Yeah, you bit a -1
steer
roll.
the ship and keep it from going towards shore. You got a good bit of room here to work with. Also, do me a favor when you get an opportunity on your character sheet, put what is it? Water vehicles.
Vehicles land, water
Put
vehicles,
water vehicles on your list of things.
Ooh,
So I think by now you should have gained some sort of proficiency in using them or steering them, because you have been doing it for several weeks.
couple months. Yep.
Much more useful than my land vehicle skill.
For a person who rides on a flying horse, yeah.
Yeah.
What are vehicles for me?
All right, so
I got it.
all right. So any other tests you want to give these guys as you're sailing around the bay?
Well, we're going to do.
Let's see how good they are at changing the direction of the sails.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can test them in harsh conditions if you want.
What's it called when you go with the wind? You tack into the wind and then you.
You cross the wind or you tack into the wind. So tacking is when you're crossing. If you're going with the wind, you're just setting your sails to the wind. If you're tacking, you're going back and forth so you can go against the wind.
Yeah, but there's a word for going with the wind. But anyway, yeah, we run with the sails and then we tack back.
I thought it was just called running with the wind.
Yeah, we run.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please don't start
So,
singing.
but I'm going to make it a hard 10-hour day out there at sea, exercising these guys, and making sure they all learn something, and assessing the vessel too, making sure that bilge isn't filling too fast and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, I can control the water if you want them to test in harsh conditions instead of just right off the bat. If we get into anything out there.
I don't want to scare them.
Are you sure?
We'll be in port tonight, and we want to make sure the same number of people show up tomorrow.
That way,
All right.
if you're out in the ocean and the shit hits the fan, they ain't got nowhere to go.
If shit hits the fan here, they're like, nope, going home.
Nope.
That's
ain't
right.
worried about this.
So, yeah, let's not scare them off, but we'll do some training with you tomorrow when they can't leave.
All right.
When they can't
if you say
leave.
so. I mean, I'd rather use the spell slots today than tomorrow, but
All right. Okay, so you spent about 10 hours out there. No other tests you want to run them through?
I think we should test in harsh conditions. Have Surge put some water up. That'll give us an idea of how the ship performs as well as our sailors.
Oh, well, now that's a good point, is that the ship needs to be tested under some rough water. So I'm still a little worried about scaring off the crew, but I also don't want to find out that the ship can't handle, a 10-footer.
All right.
So, yeah, give us some
Yeah,
waves.
you want to pull up the gales.
All right, so what are you doing?
We're going to have old Surge, I give him the Aquaman costume again, and have him conjure up a wave. And I don't see it. And conjure up a
Squalls. You want them to pull up squalls.
wave. Yeah. And then, I'm at the helm, so I have to drive into the wave, but make sure everybody can hold on and make sure the ship doesn't snap or do something
All right.
nasty.
So I will roll for them.
yeah, I'll control the water. And I'm not trying to break the boat, but I'm not being particularly nice. Because I wanted to kind of recreate what we had coming in, some
Okay,
real
so
weather
give me
situations.
Give me a percentage roll. And if I'm within
2d10 or a
give me the
d100?
D100. If I'm within, we'll say 15% of you, then something may happen.
Perfect.
All right.
It's a lot lower chance than one of the spells, one of the portions
Alright,
of the
so-
spell.
The ship seems to hold out pretty good. The only problem is when you went to cut towards the sails, one of the masts swung and hit one guy dead center in the chest, knocked him out into the water.
You got hit by the boom?
I couldn't remember what it was.
Love it.
You got to pay attention to those.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's a
I
good
didn't
lesson.
even see
Wait,
that.
did we have them tied in, though? Did we have them all tied with
Nope,
mooring
nope,
lines so that...
I'll go get him. It's fine.
Go get
Because
I'll make
Just
the
make-
water where he's
there
at
is
smooth.
one guy that is tied in. Because
The brother of the
no,
bosun?
because he went to pull on a rope and tie it in place. When he did, He slipped
he
and
tied
tied his
himself
leg
in.
in place, and
No, I went up and got him
this
down
is a different one.
with an 18
This is a
acrobatic.
different one.
Oh,
This one
jeez.
happened
It might be
twice.
the same guy that happened twice to. This, but when it pulled, he's hanging upside down up there too.
Just make sure you tack the full sail
Another
back
one,
so
huh?
you don't go too far away.
All right, so yeah, you got at least two of them that are not doing a very good job of dealing with the rough weather. The rest of them,
Better now than later.
let's see, the rest of them were kind of fair to middling. You had a few that were pretty crappy, might have slipped on the deck and slid across it, but those two rolled ones, so.
All right. The others will learn.
All right.
Me and Fred will go scoop the guy out of the water.
Now, by the way, did you want to thank chat for that?
Yes, thank you very much for naming my Pegasus, Unicorn, Alicorn, whatever.
Fred. Alicorn's name is Fred, and Alicorn is the cross or the combination of a unicorn and a Pegasus, for those who don't know. Alright, so you finish off your little test, you finish off your sailing around, and you make your way back towards port.
So I have some questions about the rating ritual between a Pegasus and any other animal that I don't really want to answer. Hey,
So, do you have a question or not?
I'm not going to answer it even if you ask it. So
Both horses, what's your point?
the answer anyway.
I'm a demon. I don't have to answer questions like that.
So you make your way back towards port,
All right, yeah. Sail it in.
and
Once again, I have to be prepared to stop and have guys standing by with lines to hook on to what's left of this this port that we were busting up, with that crack. And I go to a part that's not so busted.
all right. So, how many guys do you
Can I-
need handling the ropes to tie off the boat? How many do you need on the anchors, and how many do you need on the sails?
Well, if we're just weighing anchor, we just need one guy to pull the brake so it drops.
Okay.
You'll need
So
4 to
guy
more.
pulling the brakes for it to stop is having a tough
4 to
time
more.
pulling the brakes for it to stop.
Oh,
The
Rock
four
roll.
that's going to try to moor the ship, they do all right. They're able to get the ropes out there. And whoever's dropping the sails, it leaves 5 to do that. That one guy is having issues.
Rock
I'll
will
go
jump
help him
in
with
and
the
take
anchor.
that out.
The guy with the sails and the ropes, really having problems with the ropes. It's the guy who broke his finger earlier. It's got to be the same guy. But he is all tangled
yeah.
up in him again.
Shouldn't have come. Rock will jump
2 of
in
them
there.
need to go. Let me tell you.
He'll call for some guidance and jump in there and try to do the ropes himself.
Give me a
with
sleight of hand.
athletic. Well, he really
Try,
yeah.
try
Well,
sleight of hand.
it's not his fault. It's because the ropes are messed up. A
Yeah,
9.
so your pull on it, you can't break the ropes, but you might be able to untie them. So why don't you try sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand. All right, I'm okay with that. Before I try the sleight of hand, I don't want to take a round out. I'll just do the sleight of hand.
You got this. You can untie that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been learning ropes.
What the hell am I doing? And he's free.
Just let it go.
All right, so the anchor, you trying to drop it yourself? Give me an athletics check.
I'll
Well,
assist him.
He's trying to assist this other guy who rolled a 2 to drop it. So
Yeah, see if I can fix that. Oh, no wonder. The anchor's stuck.
well, I thought Dux was doing that.
I thought I was too, but
Oh, yeah, because I
I
went
have-
over.
Yeah, you're untangling a dude
So-
from ropes.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
busy.
you're on the sails there, Rock.
Yeah,
so
I'll
since
assist
that
with the
guy's
anchor.
assisting me, I can get it with advantage, right?
The two of you
Yeah,
working
otherwise
together are
that-
finally able to get it to release and drop the anchor just in time to keep it from slamming into the other dock and destroying it as well.
Wow, that was
That
close.
was a rough trial.
Yeah.
I think we need to make some reassignments for some of our crew.
And I think 2 of them need to get kicked off the ship.
Well, I mean, they want to leave the island anyway. Maybe they can just pay passage instead of us paying them to sail.
They can follow behind in a dinghy.
The one that kept getting tied up in ropes, I'm going to grab him, take him below deck, and see how his cooking skills
Hey.
are.
Oh yeah. Find other
I
jobs.
mean, we can just tie a rope around their foot, and I can make them have the ability to breathe underwater.
You always need a guy in the village to bail.
All right.
Yeah, as long as he can pick up buckets and toss the
So
water.
his cooking skill
That'll
is
work.
12.
Not bad.
That'll
Okay.
keep us
Good
from
enough.
getting poisoned.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
And I
you're
want
reassigned
to
the-
design a boom break so that we can keep that boom from knocking anyone else off.
Okay.
And the good news here is that the ship seems to be quite
Seems to be,
seaworthy.
yes.
We had a great shipwright. That carpenter did great.
All right.
I mean, does he want to leave town? We could always go
I
with
know we
another
should bring
ship,
him
right?
with us.
Never
Yeah.
sailed on a ship,
Well,
but yeah, I wouldn't mind leaving town.
All right.
Works good.
You'll get a good salary.
That's right. There's a little enlistment bonus at the end.
And, wait.
Hey,
I thought it was
and
just,
we know that
joining
you're-
your ship, not enlisting in anything like an army or something.
No, don't listen to him. He's a little
He
bit
uses
gung-ho.
weird words in weird ways.
We know that you're a good shipwright and all, but do you have any sailing experience?
Nope.
As long as you can fix the
That's
ship,
all I can do.
that's all that matters.
Do you know how to shoot a gun?
What's a gun?
A cannon.
I was gonna
Shoot
say,
a
what's
cannon.
a gun? Cannon? I mean, isn't it just like the thing on the end and fires?
Exactly. Sounds like you're meant for it.
Mm, I'd rather
Step.
put
You like
pieces
the thing,
together than blow
You
them up.
plug your ears, and then you let it go.
They'll
Well,
have
I
to be
think
working
you'd
with the
only be on-
skeletons, though.
I think you'd only be on the cannons if it was an emergency. Otherwise, all you'd
Exactly.
have to do is fix stuff between point A and point B.
He's going to be more important after a fight that involves cannons.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We can have the skeleton crew work on the cannons. They can be our cannon crew.
The
Yeah.
skeleton's literally down there. Arrgh.
Not like they're going to damage their eardrums.
Yeah.
So we could have one person aim, and then the skeletons do everything else.
Yeah.
The skeletons are the loaders.
They're the loaders. They got to pull it back, put in the powder, knock it in, then put in the next ball, and then just one person aiming. So because that takes intelligence.
Everything else is just a matter of instructions.
Well, I-
And if Marcus gives the proper instructions, then I guess that'll work.
I painted their shirt red for a reason.
I think they also need a little silver medal. There we go.
Okay.
Little silver medal right over their left chest, right?
Yeah.
If we're done testing the crew, those that performed well, I will pay them 5 gold. Those who didn't perform well, I'll give them 2
Okay, so
gold.
we already know 2 didn't perform very well at all. Let's see.
Maybe we should give them 50 copper.
I'm not going to say how much gold I got, but
I mean, if it's out of your pocket, I'm fine with that.
yeah.
All right, so you got we'll say 4 that performed very well.
All right.
That leaves 2 that didn't perform very good at all. And then was that another 4 that are mediocre?
We'll
Okay,
ask those
so
crew-
I'll pay them 3.
Okay, so you're paying 4
So-
of them how much gold?
5 gold for the good, 3 for the mediocre or medium, and I'll do a gold for those who showed up.
Oh, a participation award.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless if they suck or not, we need crew.
Pile them under paint chippers.
Those are the ones that remove the barnacles after a nice long sail.
That's
All
right.
you
Yeah.
gotta do, hang from this rope and scrape
Yep.
the side of the boat.
That's it.
Don't worry, we'll make it so you can breathe underwater. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, you'll like it.
Just
Yeah.
watch out for the sharks.
So, what was the total cost?
Let's see. Total cost. Is this going to be a? This isn't pay by the day deal.
38. No,
Well,
it's paid by
this
the
is
month.
just for
38.
thank you for showing up. Thanks for going through the test.
I was like, you need to go back and do your
34.
math.
34.
No, it's 38. The other 4 gold goes in my pocket.
Yeah.
I think this is
34. So that leaves that to be 26.
Okay, so that's not. So that's just gold until you get to the first port, right? Okay.
Yeah. That's just for thanks for showing up. Here you go. And plus a little bit more incentives like, oh shit, they're serious about paying us.
yeah. Yeah, we want them to show up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
All right. Well, everybody take a nice rest.
y'all get yourself.
Rock is going to stay on the boat. He's establishing his captain's quarters, so he'll spend the whole night, light duty, but setting up his quarters.
Hey, I want to set up a stable area for Fred.
Is this by the way, was this a new day?
It.
No, it's the
It
night
was
of that
last
day,
night,
so
the
we
same
haven't
day.
we haven't slept yet.
Okay.
And me and Fred, we're going to sleep together, so I don't need a
There
room,
is-
but I'd like
there
to
is
set up a
a
nice area
big
for
enough
him.
hole.
Yeah, it was a merchant vessel, so you
where
can
they
have the
would
run.
lower the goods into the hull itself, so you could probably set you up something in there.
That would be great.
Should
I wanna
talk to
get
Shipwright. Right. He could probably help you.
Blankets and some straw and stuff, and put them in there.
Hey, leave my skeletons alone. That's trust for them.
Oh, I'll get hay from the town or something.
Why are you taking?
Just yank, yank, yank.
Why are you taking this?
They're slowly
Oh,
getting
Skinnier,
skinner.
skinnier.
No campfires. No campfires in the hold. No campfires anywhere on the ship.
Why? Because it's made of wood and tar.
What does our battle complement look like as far as gunpowder and
None.
cannonballs?
You can find cannonballs
None?
all over the
All
place,
right.
but there's no actual powder.
Is there any? I want to try to find some powder in the town.
Was the powder in our ship that we came in on in a
Yeah, where
sealed
the
barrel?
barrel's sealed.
You want to go check?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
While you were there?
Well, I mean, we didn't discuss that. At the
Yeah,
time.
while I was there salvaging.
So give me a perception.
I'm sure you're good at perceiving things. You can be guided for that.
You find one barrel that was sealed that didn't get destroyed during the crash.
Okay.
How many shots in a barrel?
I have only 3.
Is it?
Depends on the size of the barrel, but generally it's about 3.
3
If you go with
shots.
the
Not
Pirates
the
of the
size of
Caribbean.
the barrel, it's the motion in the ocean.
If you go with the Pirates of the Caribbean logic, it's 3 per barrel.
So,
All right. Well, that's a reliable source. We'll go with that.
so you have 3 shots. Well, I mean, we're using your Wizards of Oz kind of stuff for your reliable sources, so
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
this works.
That's true. Yeah. We have Aquaman serving on the crew too, so.
And
Yeah.
I laugh every time I see Surge.
Even when he doesn't have that costume on.
No, stuck in your brain. All you need is a reminder.
Yep, I just look at him and remember the tights he was wearing, and I laugh.
And that is how we came up with the idea of tights for pirates. All right, so you make it through the night. You said you're staying up, putting your words ain't working.
Yes.
You're working
On
on
the
your
ship
captain's
all night.
quarters.
Yeah, he's
You've
going to
got a
make sure
nice
they're.
little spot set aside in the hull for you and your alicorn. What's everybody else doing that night?
Having the skeletons keep watch on the
You
ship.
keeping watch.
And I'll go back in the town to check on the kids and the whatever her name is.
The wench?
I'm gonna go and get all the water damage out of my room.
All the water damage out of your room.
I'll leave May I to talk to his lady, but I would have came to the tavern as well to check in on Horo.
Okay. So you go in there. You guys make your way to the tavern. You go in to check on your kid. The baby is asleep, and the lady has been watching him, is sitting there kind of rocking back and forth holding him. Horo himself, or original Horo, or however you want to look at it, seems to be sleeping well, still in the coma, but seems to maybe have some of his colors back in him. He's not quite as malnourished looking as he was when you guys found him.
Okay.
What you doing?
Does Vessel have a proper infirmary?
Just making sure he's alive and not getting worse.
Are we going to leave him or are we going to bring him?
We're bringing them.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I am the infirmary. So.
All right. So what are you doing?
Does he have hit points,
Who?
by the way? Oro.
Yeah, he's healed.
Yeah,
He's in a
still
coma.
from the damage
Okay.
he took.
All right.
yeah. So we need to set up an infirmary on the ship.
So I'm setting up in my room. I'm setting up kind of a shrine and temple-esque thing so that I can continue my monastic traditions.
You're doing setting up what in your room?
In my room, I set up a shrine and a meditation area so I can continue my monastic traditions.
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
I am also setting up a very small shrine to Bass.
All right, and brother, may I?
Okay, I'll set up a shrine to death. I mean, no. Just checking on the kid, having everything's all right. I'll lay down for the
So
night.
you leaving in the morning?
That was the hope.
That's
Oh, the
plan.
girl is asking, may I that?
Oh, she's asking.
Come on, get with it.
Yes. Do you have your things packed?
Oh, you want me to go with you?
Well, you're doing such a great job with these two. We still have things to take care of. So if you don't have anything holding you here,
No, I have nothing here.
you're more than welcome to come.
Do you want me to come?
I've enjoyed your company so far.
Okay. Well, I'll go get my things.
Okay. I'll take the baby.
She stands up, comes over towards you, and hands the baby to you. He's still sleeping. And she will pat you on the side of the face with her hand and walk out the door. It's too bad you still don't know her name.
Nope. I'll just call her Jen. Jenny.
So, anybody else got anything else they want to do for the end of the night?
I'm just gonna relax and get ready to go out tomorrow.
Did you just roll guidance?
So I was testing out my guidance
Okay,
button.
cool.
Make it easier for me to roll guidance.
Everybody seems to sleep somewhat peacefully, those who actually sleep. And the morning comes. And there is a crowd at the docks. About 30, 40
No,
people.
Okay.
Do they have any spare bottles of champagne in the town?
Nobody knows what champagne is here.
All right. Well, I'll do a minor illusion of a bottle of champagne. I'll christen the ship the Dwight II. Shatter the illusion of a bottle against the prow of the ship.
Which I guess is kind of hard for you to do. Any illusion magic, I think it's probably going to be a little hard for you to do. But everybody else sees it. You're like, I guess it's there. Smack the ship.
I know I cast it. Did you guys see
You
that?
missed there, Sarge.
You get all 10 crew members, all 11 crew members show up.
Okay.
The skeletons
All right,
help you
everybody, that's
bring
pretty
the unconscious Horo. You have your son, the baby, in your arms, and the mysterious woman who's been taking care of you guys for the last several days is there with a bag.
She's been taking care of all of us, or just Horo and the baby?
You know, she's been nice and helped you guys out a time or two, but mainly just those upstairs. Horo, the baby, and May I.
Yes, she is. Oh. All right.
Well,
I will.
Captain, of course, is there to greet everybody that's coming on board. He shakes hands with them. He always gives his name, Sergeant Rock, and gets their name, logs it in his little brain to see if he can keep track of it later. So he'll get her name when she's coming in on board.
The reason for it?
And you are?
Her name?
I'm Sergeant Rock. And you are?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
My name is Serena.
Wow, it's good to have you on board.
Serena
Well,
Singh.
Setting up in the Serena
Yes,
Singh?
Serena Singh. Well, was Serena Singh.
Wow, glad to have a trained professional on. She's not probably really a medical professional, is she?
Not really. She is just a woman who's had a family that she lost and I guess found a new one to take care of.
Well,
And your crew. Are you ready for their names?
I'm scared. You got names for everybody, huh?
Currently, yeah. When you're ready.
I'm ready to scribble.
All
You
right.
have Josiah Faulkner.
What?
Josiah, Josiah. Faulkner.
Falkner.
Faulkner. You have Maxim Ocha. Maxim Ochoa.
Does he have his own sports
No, he
channel?
doesn't.
Yocho.
Now, the guy who was really, really bad at things, his name's Alfie. Alfie Best.
Yeah. So is Josiah the one that was the best
Yes.
at everything? Our bosun, basically?
All right. So the village is losing a village idiot, and the ship is gaining a scullery patrol.
Something like that.
I'm sure they will miss Alfie.
The next one's name is Ian York, but it's spelled Euan. Last name York.
Rock used to know a sergeant went by that last name.
Next gentleman's name is Angus Fowler.
Is he any good with fletching?
Was referring to Angus or York?
Angus, you said his name was Bauer, right?
Fowler.
Oh, I think he said Bauer.
Next fellow's name is Muhammad Welch.
Is there a T in Welch?
CH, no T.
Okay.
Next fellow's name, apparently his folks didn't like him too much. His name is Courtney. Courtney Murray.
EY or AY?
For Murray, Murray.
Murray.
Then you had Edwin Sharp with no E on the end. Just SHARP.
I'll call him Buzz.
Well, some of my friends call me Ed.
Well, he's sharp, so he's a
Gotcha.
buzzsaw.
Next guy is Isaiah Mullen. Let's see. What the hell? All right, give me a moment.
After this long list of names, now we're going to get these guys killed. We're going to feel really bad.
There should be two
We
more,
got
right?
Leighton McCall,
LAY.
TON. And then you have Leon Faulkner.
And the shipwright. What's his name?
Shipwright. Lucas. Lucas Holland.
What
And
a
which one was the cook?
responsibility.
Well, I'm assuming you guys gave Alfie the job because he was the worst at everything.
No, you said that he had a plus 12 to his cooking
No, I said he
skill.
rolled a 12 on his cooking skill. He didn't have a plus.
Oh, I think he had a plus 12. I was like, yeah, that guy's an awesome cook.
No, that was a roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you said that
as-
the lady's name was
Serena
Serena.
Singh, Singh.
Now, as Rock was greeting everybody, I was writing down those that are in families together.
Okay.
So, like, family 4,
All right, you got.
just so I can track it
All
later.
right, how many people are you letting on the ship?
As many as we can fit.
Capacity.
Let's see. You guys, what was the ship that I gave you before?
Well, that was a small ship. That one only had, enough for about 12 people.
You have more than that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that
Might
was
have to set up some kind of temporary lodging in the whole area, though.
Mm-hmm.
so the other ship wasn't a merchant ship, though. It was just
There's a schooner.
basically just a crew.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what I was looking at on the ships was they had X amount of crew and then X amount of passengers. So depending on how big you want to make it.
All right, let's see.
The big ones are more efficient. I heard Columbus was getting really good mileage. He made it all the way across the ocean on one galleon.
Who's Columbus?
That wasn't the question. I think the part was how he made it across the entire ocean on one galleon.
Oh, I think the original joke is made all the way across the ocean on just 3 galleons. But yeah,
Because the galleon was a measurement of money.
No gallons,
Well, I'm
fuel,
playing it as a gallon of gas, right?
Jeez.
See,
fuel.
Yeah.
What's
1
gas?
gallon. All right,
Oh, I get the joke. Out of character. I'm just.
gotcha. But my mind, I guess, was thinking both. All right, so you could probably carry another 20 people if you. I mean, you could probably carry everybody that's on the docks waiting, but they'd be.
I don't
wouldn't
wanna
be-
have
wouldn't be
peerage
very
going on.
comfortable. They'd be really crammed in the hold. So it's up to you guys how many you want to bring.
I'm
I'll
on
let 'em-
10. half as many.
What's the question
Give him
mark
some
for the
room.
half monk?
No. He said that Ouijaria said, "Aw," and so I was wondering what she was
Because
saying.
the
"Aw," or he
conversation
was saying, "Aw," about.
between Mai and Serena.
Okay. Serena.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you said 20 passengers can be there comfortably. We could take all 40, but they
They'd
wouldn't
be
be comfortable.
really crammed in there.
We're not
We'll
doing that.
let them know. Because we're not
Because
leaving
originally we
people.
said who wants to go, and we would take everyone, and now we're trying to turn people away.
Well, I mean, we had like 30 people that wanted to go max, and now we have 11 people for crew.
Plus another 40.
Well, that's 50 people that want to go then.
Exactly.
Wasn't there only 60 people in town?
No, there
Exactly.
was 75 people plus another 15, I think, outside of town, if I remember correctly.
So 40
Oh.
people want to stay, and the rest want to go.
Well, we could send a ship back once we get where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not going to have a whole lot of people traveling in misery.
So
20
should we decide? Should we ask her and see who has some kind of skills or something that could be potentially beneficial during the travel, and then they get priority?
I mean, that's kind of what we
So
were
you
doing,
got
wasn't
your
it?
10 crew members.
No, that was just for the ship. I'm saying people that like seamstresses or things like that. Anyone that can have a skill that could be potentially useful.
So now instead of giving them a ride, you're going to conscript them.
Yeah, that's not really my objective. I think I would ask them to choose among themselves 20 that'll ride in reasonable comfort.
Okay.
I'll send a message to Old Man Hubbard or whoever it was that was in that previous town before
Sir?
here, and see if he has a ship that's ready to sail here. And I'm willing to pay top dollar for the crew
so
to get here as fast as they can.
you're doing a sending? Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it a
Give me the
couple
message.
times.
We have 50 words now.
Boy, no, it's 25 words. This is Brother May I am requesting ship to Orzul. Willing to pay top dollar for a ship to get here as fast as it can.
That's all you need. 23 words.
Fuck.
Good.
Oh,
Is that one of the crew members I missed?
I'm the guy who came in with the pirate ship to have you register it under the new name.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we did that.
are you okay? Wait a second to realize that you're done talking. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is magic." Thought I was going crazy. Is Orzul still dangerous, or is it safe?
It is safe to travel.
Yeah.
All current threats have been neutralized. That's why we need you here quickly to help evacuate the rest of the town.
So it's 3
Wow.
castings
So
of
it's
that.
like it's not safe.
Yeah. Help
But what you
evacuate.
just
Just relocate. You want to relocate.
Doesn't matter. You already said it.
Yeah, once the spell's gone, it's gone.
So,
Oh, man.
I have a ship that should be able to set sail soon. I'll check with the crew, see if they want to do so.
I will pay 100 gold if they sail now.
Oh, incentivize them then. Yeah.
I have to ask them How can I get in touch with you?
I will reach back out soon.
Yeah. More sending 5 p.m. tomorrow.
I'm not spend those so much.
Hello? Hello? Ah, shit.
The number you have tried to
Is
reach
no
is
longer
no
in
longer in
service.
service.
It is used.
Please try to call again.
The person you're trying to speak to has already overused all their spell slots for the day, so please try again tomorrow. Okay, so your message has been delivered to the best of your ability. What are y'all doing now?
All right. Talk to the crowd. Let them know I have another ship coming. Those who don't wish to cramp up, there's a ship coming. Be here within maybe a week. Right?
About that.
Or we're going to have to get close and get comfy and get to know each other a lot better.
What do you mean by close and comfy?
No social distancing.
Yes.
You can forget about that. I guess you can forget about that anyway.
We have a ship that can occupy about 30 and we have 50 people here.
So, occupy 30 in what way? I mean, you can't take all of us? You said you'd take us all.
We will, if you don't mind being cramped, we will
What do you mean
take
by
you.
cramped?
Shoulder to shoulder, sitting on each other's laps, stuff like that.
For how
For a
long?
week.
About a week to get to the new ports.
That's. You hear mumbles and grumbles amongst them. Some of them aren't real happy about it. Well, then how are we going to decide who goes now and who doesn't?
Arm wrestle, dice.
Those who want to volunteer
And 50 arms go in the air.
to stay back.
Oh yeah. Vouchers for anybody who'll give up a seat for 500 miles on the next ship.
What the fuck is a voucher?
I have no idea.
So how are you going to determine how to weed out who's going and who's not?
I don't know if that's our job. They should do that. Talk among yourselves, make a peaceful arrangement with each other. Prepare
Like I
yourself
said,
down.
we'll bring you all, but you'll be cramped and miserable.
Yeah. You won't like that.
So
You volunteer. People probably, couldn't have been ready in 2 days anyway. Some people were probably asking questions about whether they were ready to go or not.
Maybe they need a week more fair, and by then that ship will be here to pick them up.
Yeah.
Besides, when we were discussing this earlier, there was only about 30 people who were ready to go.
We changed our minds.
Who were the first 30 people who were ready to go?
All right. Well,
50,
like I
50
say,
hands go in the air.
we'd like you guys to figure it about among yourselves. I can
insight check.
recommend a lottery or an arm wrestling
If you want
contest.
to roll
or
insight 50 times, go for it. I'm gonna start seeing dice going up. Yep, that's what I thought.
Here, this is just how you
the click of the button.
here, what is my insight? It's a 8.
Really? Going to hit it 50 fucking times?
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I did. There's my insight.
We were pretty insightful.
I rolled high and I rolled low.
It's all right. My highs off balance your lows, and so together.
I had
insightful.
3 natural 20s and 3 natural 1s.
They offset each other.
Me too.
All right. So anyway, a little grumbling, a little griping. You finally get about 20 people who said they have nothing else here. You know, everything they had here was destroyed or killed. So
Are there children going?
there are no children but the two.
That's right. Good.
Are they going or staying?
Oh, that's a good question.
There you go. Hey, I don't like children on my ship.
We already got Alfie. He's worse.
Yeah, actually, the two children do come with you, and
Orphans.
Hey,
I'll put
I'm
them
an
in my
orphan.
quarters.
What do you got against orphans, Rock?
Kids are bad luck at sea.
so
All right. So we have 50 people out here. How many can we fit comfortably?
you have about 20
20.
now that are ready to go.
So, like, outside our crew space, because the crew has to be able to rotate and stuff, we have enough for 20 passengers to fit comfortably. So if we cram them all in there, they're going to be packed like sardines.
We're going to need more food.
So that leaves 30
That are
people.
left behind. Yes.
30 people for the next ship.
And you can let them know tomorrow how many people are left to take. Because
Or we could take an extra 5, and then there'd only be 25 for the next ship.
Nope, 20 people. That's all we're taking.
Some of them are smaller than others, I'm sure.
All right. So
Looking at you, Ducks.
All right. I will step off the ship and say, give me 30 volunteers right in front of me.
there's only 30 people.
I will.
30 people left. So they are like, okay.
Oh, okay. I will hand each one of them 5 gold. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Thanks for volunteering.
No, these are the 30 that want to go. The other one's already left.
No.
Or the 20 already went on board, and the other 30 are sitting.
20 have
20, yeah.
separated and are ready to get on board.
And you're giving 5 gold to the 30 who are staying behind.
Yeah.
And the 20 who go on board are getting nothing.
No, I didn't say that.
They're getting off the friggin' island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're lucky we're not charging them passage. Those other clowns will probably charge them 5 gold. So we're just paying their passage for
Plus 100 on top of when we get there to
them. Well, yeah,
that all conscripted.
they're going to be feeling pretty fat. But Brock is kind of staring at May going, where did he get $150 for this? He doesn't know.
I mean, it's his own personal funds, I guess.
I appreciate him pitching in. He's officially assigned as ship's purser.
That's what I was going to say. He can pay for everything. We're good with that.
All right. So you get your crew, you get your people on the ship, you get it all settled in. And anything else you want to do prior to setting sail?
Double check the provisions. Make sure we got enough food for everybody for.
All right. So you double check
Amazing.
provisions, and you do realize that for a week, you might be able to make it to the next port with the provisions you have and the people you got. Of course, you'll have to ration. You'll have to ration.
How many people are on the ship right now?
30, not counting you guys.
I can feed them. I got some good berries. That'll last them.
And I can create food and
All
water,
right, so you guys should be
All
fine
right,
then.
yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can too if we
And
need
if they
so.
die, Brother May, I can just talk to them.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. And I like the idea of good berries. That way, and they lose something over the side of the ship, there's less to come up.
Yep. It's just you get one, you get one, you get one, so on and so forth. I can do that
No,
a lot if I have to.
Ducks, there was not.
That's fine. So everyone's going to be eating good berries for the duration of the trip?
Well,
No,
we
I'll
got
cook
provisions
food.
already, but we can supplement with good berries if need be.
Okay.
Yeah, if we run out of food,
I guess I won't get scurvy then.
hey, it'll keep you going.
All right, so anything else?
Oh, I need to get my clothes from the tailor
Okay.
guy.
And any mail that needs to go. We'll do a postal
We'll
hunt.
take the mail with us too. Mail call.
Yep, mail's always a light load.
Oh, mail? The hell's that?
We'll play postman.
Do you need to send any messages? Did you have any messages to send to people to reestablish the trade routes that were previously there?
Yeah, even if it's just business correspondence.
All right. The new whoever is now in charge, write some note for you to hand off to whoever you see at the port to let them know that the way is clear and that they're going to start trying to build back up their crops and such. So hopefully import and export will kick back in soon. All right. Anything else? You get your outfit exactly the way you wanted it.
Nice.
Key.
And anything?
I can't think of
So
anything
you
else.
guys
I'll take a short rest.
Yeah, need it after all the money you just threw away.
May
Well,
I
no,
go
I'm
down
thinking
to
I could
his
get-
cabin to sleep while we set sail.
Well, I was just thinking I can get my pack spells back and I can go back and talk to the guy. We got cut off.
Yeah. Well, and probably the Hobbit wants to break too. While you're doing your rest, we can do 11sies because we're getting off to a later start than I intended.
So you guys make your way. You got you're disembarking or whatever the hell you want to call it. You're taking off. You're leaving the bay, heading out to
That's
open
it.
water, and that's where we will end tonight's session. Thank you, everybody who joined us and was able to watch us this evening. Thank you once again for the sub we got this evening. Check back with us again Friday for another adventure in the Red Star Rising campaign. Also, once again, we will have a special guest with us on that campaign, or that day. Alphidius Goo himself, for those out there watching who know that is. And then, of course, we'll be back here Sunday for our game, and you'll catch me, Marcus, and Curtis periodically through the week. We're streaming Conan, and there's been some changes to it. Oh, yes, and Half Monk sometimes decides to join us and show up.
We just got finished
Thanks for
chugging
the
a
hero
gallon of
point.
vodka, so probably not tonight.
You just got to drink a gallon of vodka? What?
And you're
Probably
talking about my
wouldn't join
tea.
you tonight.
And we're giving Marcus a hard time
Whatever.
about his tea. I haven't even touched my water tonight. All right. Thanks for joining us. Catch us next time, and keep posted with us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, whatever social medias we have out there.
Discord.
Faceborn, what?
Free rewards.
Discord.
MySpace. What are some of those old ones that are no longer working?
AOL chat.
Telegrams.
AOL.
Send messenger.
Yeah.
Cherry Tap, Fubar.
Don't know those, but why am I?
Oh, those are the adult versions.
Why
I'm
am I
sorry.
not surprised you know them?
Hey, it's after 9.
X chat.
All right, but like I said, you can check with us. We'll be around. Join back with us. Keep
Play
watching us.
rewards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot about the GUI rewards. So why don't you give me this D20 rolls? Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah.
18.
Let's see. Ducks didn't want one. So Rock didn't want one.
One.
Working on only one, it looks like. So, Surge, give me that roll.
14. Let me get rid of that 50 number on my D20s.
Yeah.
I need to roll to attack. 50.
Oh,
Whoops.
yeah, that didn't work. Saving throw.
And before we log off, are there any people that are skilled, like artisans or anything like that, as part of the crew, the
Nope, we already
passengers?
hired all those, pretty much. I mean, maybe a seamstress or two to work on clothes, but nothing more than. Most are more farmers.
Okay.
All right. Did you get that
All right.
advantage?
Yep,
All right.
saving throw.
All right. Well, we are done. We'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for joining us once again. Good night.
Take
Bye.
care.
Night.
Bye.